This is going to be interesting, folks. This is going to be interesting. We've been seeing a whole lot more Britons, and TaToH goes for Britain to game one. So saving Aztecs, saving Mayans for some of the future games. And then Max is here in the red. Max is playing as the Mayans. So Mayans probably a little bit more expected. Mayans can be quite good against Britons in many situations, but Britons have proven to be very strong if they get to a certain stage in Castle Age, Turk.
And I agree with that entirely. It's one of those things where really here, TaToH just wants to survive and start really leaning on those civ advantages he does have with the Britons. Get that extra range, start to out-micro a little bit, pull yourself a little bit further ahead, and then sit on it and push out from there.
Okay, so there are two things that Mayans do very, very well. First off, they have a good economy, their resources last a bit longer, and then I think the Plumed Archer and the Eagle, very important. Now, Hera might disagree. He apparently thinks Plumed Archers are trash. He casts in extremes, but we saw Plumed Archers from Yo in that series against Liereyy do very well. Plumed Archers are still very, very good, and Eagles are just flat out deadly to the Britons.
And that's it. Unless the Britons can find a way to either deal with the mines before then or restrict them, as soon as that Eagle flood comes in, it can just deal an entire damage to the entire economy. We're trying to bring up the civs here now as well. Let's see what the bonuses are. Overlay guy.
I saw him. Turk is over here like
pushing that button.
It's all right.
There we go. So that'll give everyone a little bit of the details there. Tristan's already covered most of that, so it's good. But just to get everything up, so you know what's up.
So specifically for the Britons, right? Their town centers cost 50% less wood. They have +1/+2 range in castle/imp, and their shepherds work 25% faster, and then archer ranges work faster. All those things are streamlined towards a lot of crossbows and a lot of pressure in Castle Age. So that's the beauty of being the Britons here. The fact that you can start off with archers in feudal and lead towards a very strong Castle Age. With Mayans, yes, they can go archers as well, but it's probably not something you want to commit too heavily to because Britons will have the extra range. So if you're going plumes or you're going eagles, that means you have to stay safe. And to stay safe, you need very, very good maps. Max has that. Max bringing in his Bornell. To the left, he can wall off easily, protecting this gold and his main. And then, to the north, he has a stone. So I could definitely expect Max to go for something like a Drushfast Castle, or just man-at-arms into a full wall, and maybe keep TaToH away from pressuring him.
And that's exactly what TaToH wants to be doing in this situation. He wants to be delaying the Mayan player as much as possible. Obviously going to be looking more towards a late game play from them if he makes that Eagle switch. Basically going to be impossible for TaToH to really hold it off without some great map positioning, some great control on the setting. So TaToH does have his goal towards the left of the TC here, does actually have a stone down towards the back and a nice back wood line as well. Another stone and two really good golds just a little bit further up from his base as well. So we'll actually be able to lock this down nice and quickly, hopefully giving himself a little bit of an edge. And we'll check out the POVs here as well.
Yeah, so I feel like, and I guess we're on TaToH's point of view, just north of his TC, you mentioned the golds and the stones there. While that is wallable to a cliff, I feel like it's way too much walling for early game. So I really don't like TaToH's map. You see, even from his point of view, he only has 1 or 2 wood lines to work with. Oh, and TaToH has to be careful with that villager. And TaToH tries to quick wall her in, and he does. What a great micro-nerd play, while at the same time trying to lame the Max. Max should have Loom. He's Mayan, so I think TaToH has to bail on that. But that's some quality stuff right there from TaToH. And TaToH wants to wall in that Eagle, and Max is having nothing. Not having nothing, sorry. He's not having any of that. I guess well played all around. I'd prefer to be Max here, because Max has at least idled a bit more. But anyways, let's head back to my cast here, back to my point of view. Again, this area, not great for TaToH. It's not a great Drushfast Castle map for him. I think that if he had the map like Max, he would want to go for militia and heavy walls. We'll see, man. We'll see. This is about the time where players would be building a barracks if they are going to be going
already
for a
on it. Perfect timing.
All right. Well, TaToH's one player who's extremely flexible, but he's also extremely knowledgeable when it comes to fast castle builds. So, with the Britain sheep bonus, it's very possible. I actually see TaToH sending a lot more to wood now. I'd expect a lot of food coming in with future farms and the sheep. So he's going for it. Now, Max's Eagle has been around for the last couple minutes. And the Max, I'm sorry, bear with me. It's when you're casting from your main setup at home and then you show up somewhere else, it's tough. But yeah, Max sees the barracks is going up at least. And look at that. He's doing the exact same.
Yeah, barracks coming up there from the Max as well. TaToH will scout it though, so he knows what's going on here, and really I think this was kind of a standard play from both of them. They both knew what they were getting into here. TaToH really just wanting to kind of delay the Max as much as possible here and get into a position he's more comfortable with.
If Max is going feudal, I really don't love the strategy. You have a better map to wall, your Mayans, and you see TaToH going drush. So I don't understand why you wouldn't just drush yourself, then full wall, and then go towards a fast castle. You know, there is a slight risk there. And Max sending one villager forward? We never see that from Max.
Never. TaToH would never be scouting for this.
Yeah, I mean, this is weird. TaToH sees the barracks, will probably hang around to see if there's a flag. He does see it.
And there we go.
And there goes the villager. Can we go to Max's point of view? I'm in need of some
Absolutely
blocks.
Dun, dun, dun. That should be what we're after, just there.
Yeah, okay, so Max can see everything clearly. He even sees the militia from TaToH coming in. Now, he is housed partially. I really wonder where that villager is going to go. We'll find out in probably 2 or 3 minutes. It's going to take some time. Max is so known for that villagers in corners, villagers hiding. He's very well aware of where TaToH is right now. And I think we should probably go back to the main cast here. The militia are looping around to the right side. And I don't know if they can really do much damage. Drushing the gold, it's not a huge concern for Max. But one good thing for TaToH is that Max is going for what I assume was man-at-arm play, and he's actually come home to defend. So TaToH will think, well, my opponent's in feudal age. If he's going for an archer follow-up, he'll build the range at his base, and it'll take a long time. But hold on a second, that range is going forward. Now this is a strategy that Villese, Max's teammate, did against TaToH in their series not yesterday, Wednesday, sorry, yesterday was our day off. So it seems like they've talked about this. Villese is probably out there like, yes, let's go, Max, you know, rooting for his boy. I think this could work really, really well. And TaToH's just trying to delay. He's not necessarily trying to kill. Again, he sees that Max is in feudal, so he thinks this is good for him. But he's not expecting the archers to hit him so quickly.
This is fantastic from TheMax, and it's kind of what we've expected from him. Pretty much this entire tournament, it's the way he's played every game he's got into. He's really kind of wanted to make his little bit of a mark, play it a little bit differently, and he's really doing that here. These extra archers are going to come in. TaToH's not prepared, and how's he looking in the back there?
Well, I mean, the back is going to take some time, right? Max is going to have to mask those archers up, probably wait for fletching, but I actually quite like what happened for TaToH there. He was able to snipe the eagle.
Second archery from Max on the other side of the map as well. I love it. But TaToH,
oh, wait a second.
He's seen it.
No.
Oh,
he's building his own ranges. Shh. Don't say anything. Don't say. Okay, so what TaToH could possibly do here is send his scout back. That's why it's very important he has the scout alive. Okay, I bet you TaToH finds this because he's looking for a follow-up from Max. If he doesn't see an archer range, wouldn't surprise me to see him build an outpost on the left or to the north or somewhere. Because TaToH, as he goes to attack this villager and might successfully pick him off, he does not see a follow-up that's so important. And if you're Max, I think you have to take care of the scout.
All right, so he's looking at the villager kill here, and...
Nice.
Perfect. Absolutely flawless.
Britain archer ranges work faster, so it's not like unheard of that they can maybe catch up in production. But surprise, surprise, TaToH. The Finnish monster is on your gold. This is a perfect position. Not only the gold, not only the wood line, but the berries too. And now TaToH is behind in production, and TaToH's building a blacksmith, and you know he's likely going to go for fletching. But I love Max's opening. It's beautiful, man. It's so unique too. You do not see players sneak very often.
And this is why this is so fantastic. Max putting himself in a really commanding situation here. Of course, the Britain's bonus will catch him up relatively quickly, so TaToH popping out some units there to be able to clean this up as best as possible. Hopefully with some good micro, should be able to deal with it. But TheMax, again, just dedicated to that front, and even following up with some eagles behind that too.
And he also has a tower going there.
Oh, my man.
So he knows that TaToH will likely go for skirm. And TaToH has gone for skirm. Max is actually paying the price now for committing so heavily to archer. Of course, archers are more of a threat versus villagers, but I like how Max has played this. Now, there's a huge concern with forward buildings. Normally, I would awkwardly ask Dave what the concern with forward buildings are, and he would answer like he has done hundreds of times. But the concern with forward buildings, if you can no longer pressure your opponent, is that you can't defend and reinforce at home. So the reason a lot of pros don't do this is because it has to work. Otherwise, you're very vulnerable at home.
And that's something we've seen from TheMax in a lot of his matches here as well. We do have the Eagle coming in, looking for any of those hills they can.
It's a good fight. This is a good fight for Max, even using the militia.
Good, cost effective.
Remember, TaToH has fletching though, so TaToH with fletching is getting some pickoffs, and he's also placed a very nice tower. I mean, at this point, is there a way that Max can do damage to TaToH on the left?
Well, he's got both of his production there. He's reinforcing it extremely quickly. He's got the skirmishes, so pretty much the counter to a lot of the units there. The Eagles, though, from Max, I think might be what turned this around if he decides to just keep moving them across the map. But with the tower there now, I don't think he can really pressure it.
Yeah, TaToH's tower, TaToH's wall, TaToH's repositioned for resources. the bulk of TaToH's economy is fine, and so I think TaToH will be liking this now. Exactly what I said a moment ago. Max has failed to pressure. TaToH has protected himself. Now, this is a risky game to play for TaToH because the Eagles are here. He constantly is shooting over top of the Eagles to kill the enemy skirms. I think Max now will push back a little bit.
So Max really needs to kind of get rid of a couple of these skirmishes here, really make these forward buildings, just make something happen. Because as Tristan was saying there, the big thing is once this forward is pushed away, these buildings are essentially useless. He's got no way to really kind of reinforce at home with them either. So it's a big commitment of just resource and time lost.
Yeah, this is kind of all about micro now. So TaToH has wisely added in some archers. Feudal Age Eagles, they're deceiving because you think, wow, Eagles are great against range units. This must be the play, but they're not so great in Feudal. They're just Feudal scouts, and they don't have the best armor.
And
so,
once you get that fletching on the archers as well,
exactly, yeah,
damage.
and Britain archery range is still working faster here. So with a mix of archers and skirms, and good micro from TaToH, this is actually going to be better for him, in my opinion. And again, he's streamlining everything towards ranges. Max, he doesn't know what he's going to commit to long-term yet.
We've even got TaToH just continuing that archer push now as well, so moving away from the skirmishes, wants to be able to deal with those eagles, and then needs to be able to push out against the Max as well. The Max looks like he's trying to get his walls up, but hasn't got all the way there just yet.
Yeah, he's working on it. I think he's going to fall back. He's getting armor for his eagles now. It just cracks me up how Max always has a villain in a corner, man. It's like every series there's always going to be one, and TaToH's looking for it. But TaToH hasn't found it yet. That cracks me up so much. I honestly feel as though going for armor on the Eagles is a mistake here for Max. I mean, he's prioritized that over fletching, and I don't know. It might end up being fine because TaToH only has 2 archers. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. This is fine.
The Eagles will get on top of the skirms and clean them up relatively quickly there. TaToH did go for the hunt for the villager, like you were saying. Didn't find it
Didn't find him at all, no. That guy's name is Jim, by the way.
Jim?
Yeah,
Jim down the corner.
Nili earlier was like, and if it's a female, what's it called again? I was like, it's like, you really put me on this spot the other night, man. It's Jim Angela, all right? All right, so now there's quite a few archers. I think the lack of skirm numbers is dangerous for Max. Very, very dangerous, especially if TaToH's macro is good. And TaToH's macro isn't great, but it's not bad, so I can see them both clicking up to Castle Age at a reasonably similar time. And if that's the case, TaToH currently has 10 archers, is made that 12. I mean, he could have a whole lot of crossbows with extra range, and I don't see Max having the numbers.
Max at the moment as well, really looking like he wants to try and get up to Castle, and there we go. He
Wow,
clicks down
that's
it
pretty
now,
fast.
so he does get the timing. TaToH pretty quick behind it. He is sitting on about 600 food at the moment, so we should see him up relatively close.
Oh, wow, interesting. And Max is full walled his base, and he's heavy on stone. So, again, he went skirms. He's got eagles and upgrades. There's actually a villager hiding behind there. Look at him. He's like, you can't see me. But yeah, is Max going to be able to get the plumed archers? He only has 50 stone right now. Everything for TaToH is streamlined. I really think this can be good for TaToH. It's still just palisade walls, so if he keeps his numbers alive, he'll just melt them and possibly get in before Max has the numbers of eagles.
And that's a big thing here with TaToH's pressure. Straight away, he was able to clean up. Well, not clean up, but deter the forward back at home. And now with that, he's been able to push out with his archers. He's into the composition that he wants to deal with here.
Oh boy, bit risky for TaToH though. Max will probably run around with these Eagle Warriors. With this many archers, TaToH can micro everything here down, but his unit pathing is not great. The Eagles have blocked him in. All Max needs to do is trade versus this, and that's exactly what Max is going to get. The armor's paid off, the fletching he just researched on the skirmishers paid off, and TaToH maybe overconfident, and now this is advantage Mayans for sure. I mean, TaToH won't have a big power spike from getting to Castle Age. Max is going to have all the time in the world. Max is faster to Castle Age. Oh, man.
This has just hurt TaToH so much.
That's so bad for TaToH.
He was relying on having those archers alive so he could push up to crossbow, and then he could just get in, do some damage, deny that castle. But now with that, this has just halted TaToH's potential push.
Yeah, so TaToH actually pretty heavy on stone himself. He's now going to make a stable, and I really don't think a few knights with crossbows was his original plan. I don't think it's bad here because knights can trade really well against skirms and against eagles, but if he was planning on doing this, I think he would have 2 stables instead of just one. And Max, what will Max do now? Is it early TC? Yeah, Max will boom. Max will boom. So Max realizing he has the aggression, exactly. He has the aggression, so it's his time to extend his eco lead. Still needs to be very careful to not lose map control, but second TC should be very good, and there's the TCs for TaToH.
Third one comes down as well, just on the wood line towards the east of his town center.
Max
for TaToH.
Or TaToH.
TaToH.
East of his... Oh, yeah, this is
Yep,
east.
that is east, right.
I knew that. It's right. I know that. Education in America is fantastic.
But we do have a raid coming in quickly from the Max as well. Eagles, Skirms might be able to potentially delay this town center a little bit. Only one knight there as well, so not going to be able to go toe-to-toe with the Eagles. But with Crossbow now, he should be able to clean this up pretty easily.
Again, my worry with Max is he's fighting with really low numbers. I mean, I think TaToH's going to like this fight.
Well, TaToH was looking for this. This is just cleaning up a lot of those stragglers that are left at this point. But he still needs to find a way to pressure Max. And
yeah, but it's...
how's Max looking? Max is already up 400 stone. He's going to be able to get his castle down soon.
Yeah, this is true. The castle time is really important, but what if Max just holds? What if he waits a little bit and then dodges and micros in the middle of the map, holds TaToH back? Instead, he said, okay, here's my army, kill it all.
Yeah.
This is your time to counterattack. I mean, both players have thrown away army at crucial times. And I think that might be a good time for TaToH there. But where's the castle for Max? Okay, I was just going to say he's very vulnerable on the left. So he will castle there, which will protect his eco. And then he'll start making plume darters. And he's stonewalling the right. So with a TC on the front, stonewalls on the right, and a castle on the left, it's so hard for TaToH to do damage to Max.
He's just feeling safe at home, and that's what he was looking for here. The crossbow's not really going to be able to push through any of the stone. You're going to need some siege support at the front, and with TaToH booming behind it, not going to happen. I think Max came forward, saw that town center, and went, no, if I get stone walls up behind this, I'm safe.
Yeah. I love this TC, man. That TC was so important. Even if he would have built his mining camp on stone on the front, he wouldn't have been able to TC where he has now. So really smart thinking from Max, and now all pressure is going to filter right into that town center. TaToH does have a Vill lead. Investing into that much on stone, it takes a lot out of your eco. But once the plume darters start coming out, they're going to have mobility. I really wonder, maybe if TaToH ends up keeping those crossbows alive throughout this game. I think more TCs, so fourth town center, Britain TCs, and then maybe Arbalest, Skirmisher, and potentially castling these hills before him. Britons could still do it. TaToH actually has the lead right now.
So TaToH as well, just looking over his kind of layout, if he does put up a castle over on some of these hills here, we'll be in a really good position to hold on to a lot of the resources.
Oh,
is he being a tricky boy?
I love it. Said, oh, you have a TC? That's great. I have 8 range, so... But do you understand what I was saying about the lack of momentum for Max?
Yeah.
I don't think there's any wrong with keeping his skirms alive and going skirm and plume. It really...
Well, that's the thing. He did just throw them away.
Yeah, he just threw them away. He saw one knight, a couple crossbows, and he threw them away. And I think if he kept those alive, he could have defended in front of the TC there. This TC is kind of in harm's way on the left, but it will go up. I don't know. We'll see. I think TaToH just needs to continue to, as you would say, poke and prod. And,
a classic of mine.
And snipe villagers where he can. And he was very close to there, but Max repositions.
Just abuse that massive 8 range that he's got in Castle Age. He can outrange the town centers. So just do a quick run by them, kill off some villages if he gets a chance, and just be generally annoying before the fact that TaToH's going to go up with such a strong economy behind this. Already 68 villages compared to 57 because the Max was stuck on 2 town centers there for so long. Compared to TaToH, who went all the way up to 4.
Ooh, TaToH had crossbows on the left. Sorry to interrupt you, Turkman. And the plumes will snipe those. So now TaToH, for the first time, realizes Max has a castle. Okay, so I have a little prediction here. It really depends, but I think whoever goes to Imp is going to decide a lot here. If TaToH is first to Imp and he knows it, he's going to place a castle in a position where he can protect his trebuchets and then treb down Max's castle. So I'm thinking the left-hand side will be perfect.
If TaToH decides to just double down and build 2 siege workshops on the front.
Yeah, I saw the Machinells. Yeah, I saw the Machinells were going to be on the way. There's actually a big risk to this, though, right? Because
he's Max so comfortably ahead right now in terms of eco.
Yeah, but Max is still on stone, so I think Max could possibly castle, but I don't know, Max is certainly not going to expect this. This is a bit out of the box from TaToH.
Something we like from him, just to note as well, has put down a monastery already, is looking for those relics, trying to get the converts on those, so he will actually get a little bit of advantage there.
All right, so take a look. This is TaToH's point of view. He's actually been patrolling into the archery range that Max placed on the left. We caught him at a bad time. He is housed. And now Max is aware there's a Machinell there. Might prompt Max to make his own siege workshop in defense. Now, you guys can't see this at home, but Max is about to make a flanking attack on the left, and TaToH spotted. That's huge. That's huge because plumed archers have mobility. I love that from TaToH. Now, let's go to Max's point of view because he has to react to the siege. Beautiful blocks. Okay, there goes plumed archers. He's blue on his screen. Max has so many farmers behind that man. That is incredible. And he's choosing to just repair his TC for now. It doesn't seem like he's in a big rush.
So TaToH doing a good job trying to keep those Plumed Archer numbers down as well, abusing that larger range he has. Plumed Archers will be able to disengage a little bit quicker thanks to their extra movement speed.
I think TaToH just completed ballistics. Let's see if TaToH can catch this army out. Will he stop and hit? Or is he running?
I think he's going to try and get relatively on top of it on the downhill here. Can try and get a couple of kills on top, and that's what he's after.
Yeah, ballistics is in. You see it here. The Britain range, man. Even the Lions joining in. Max hasn't been able to get a big ball of military all game.
Here's that forward castle from TaToH as well, really securing him some ground just back from the cliffs there, on top of the hill, looking to have a nice staging point. And man, this production right now from TaToH is great.
I know I've come off a little strong here in game one. It's because I expect perfection from these players. So, I don't love that castle. If TaToH's imp faster, I think he's going to. I think if he castles where his crossbows are here, then he could easily treb down Max's castle, which is inevitably going to be behind this pressure because Max is not went for Mag and L defense. So an argument against a castle where I said is that if Max is an imp faster, he has 2 castles to make trebs. But still, we'll see if that castle pays off for TaToH. He's very close to clicking up. When he does click up, he's going to have additional range. Max, though, has quite a few plumed archers.
All right, what do we see from these mangonels now? They've kind of just done their first objective here. They've taken out the town center on the front. Got to be very careful. They can't really advance into that castle, though, which is going to be the big thing. TaToH up a little bit faster in terms of it by the looks of it.
On the left. Sorry, Turk. Making some weird noises over here in the caster's booth. But those
this is why we're
dead.
here, man. These splits.
Yep. Splits, t-shirts, fashion, you know, all that good stuff. If you look close enough, these never mind. The plumed archers don't really look like me. I'll make a joke when I see a camel or something.
But there we go. We do have the Max cleaning all that out fairly easy, though, making it look good with those plumed archers. And these mangonels at the moment, they're still just at the front from TaToH. He can't find anything to do with them right now. I guess he's just hanging out waiting for Imperial.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried. TaToH is getting some pickoffs, but I was a little bit worried that he's going to lose this left side and lose that relic. I think every bit of gold that he can get in this game is going to be necessary because Mayans are so deadly. Again, TaToH has the faster production since he's producing out of ranges, and he's doing a very good job. So he defends there. Slightly faster to imp, Turk. So I think TaToH's castle was the wiser play because Max was up a lot faster than I expected.
And if he could just camp this hill on the frontier as well with his treb to firing against the castles, great position for him.
It's actually hills the whole way across the middle of the map. You see this? So look for players to castle hills and slow the game down a bit. Britons have to slow the game down. They don't have any strong mobile units. They're really good in clumps, which is why many newer players are, wow, how do you kill Britons? They're impossible with their range. Well, pro players avoid that range. And if you have Eagle Warriors, which are mobile and anti-archer, you'll see that from Mayans, but not if TaToH can put pressure on from all angles. He even has a knight here on this gold. Look at this. Just the small things these pro players do. Beautiful, beautiful awareness from TaToH to know where Max could possibly go.
And we're actually seeing longbows out of the castle now from TaToH as well towards the center hill.
Really?
Looks like we did see one eagle there take a mangonel, but TaToH investing in the longbows right now. And Arbalest coming in behind that, of course, as well.
I'm really surprised he's going longbow because it's such
slow, man.
They produce slowly, right? Actually, oh, this is so bad for TaToH. This is so bad. He just hit him. He just hit him.
He needs
He's
these
getting
units.
All his upgrades. This is like feudal age all over again. It's deja vu.
This is what Max wanted to. Because like you were saying, Britons want to slow the game down here. TaToH, again, just threw away so many units. He's lost his push. And now Max is ready to go on the offense as he hits Imperial as well. He needs to get a couple of trebuchets out, and he can push this castle down now.
Max, I mean, these Finnish players, they're smart. Double university.
Interesting.
All right. So I'm thinking he doesn't have ballistics yet, right? So he wants ballistics and chemistry, and then maybe some HP upgrades for castles.
Yep.
But double university, that's not something you see every day.
TaToH just again trying to secure the map with more castles around the edge there, just a little bit south of the plumes.
But again, it's wasteful here. Max will take this any day of the week. Okay, now
these are the
TaToH
engagements Max is after. He wants to keep mobile, throw around the map like this, get any little picks in terms of rally points, any little groupings, and just keep TaToH's numbers down. Because like you were saying earlier, TaToH is aiming for that big death ball.
So for those that might not be too familiar with player styles, Max, he loves to build outposts. A player like Viper, a player like Hera, a player like TaToH, they prefer to scout. I think outposts are really underrated. Not saying that what the other players do are wrong, it's just a style preference. It can hurt Max sometimes because he can't scout as specifically as or as in detail as the players who use scouts. But you'll see the outposts on the left, can't be surprised. Outpost here, can't be surprised. This is Max's point of view. He can see an awful lot on this map. And look, another outpost. So there's the trebuchets from TaToH. We knew it was going to be coming, and he's also going to protect those trebuchets with his arbs and longbows. And TaToH's also gone for Onager, so I think this is a good play. I think he needs to slow the game down with a big old force and force Max to address him.
Exactly, and that's why trebuchets are so good in this. With the huge range, they really work as an engagement maker. The Max can't kind of sit at home, he can't just wait for this one to blow over or wait for the engagement until he wants to take it. This is pushing pressure directly onto Max, because he needs these castles for his plumed archer production. He can't afford to let these go down.
I can't help but feel like Max should have switched into Eagle Warriors. There was a game between LaaaN and DauT on Regicide Fortress. It was Vietnamese versus Mayans, and Max the whole time was sitting next to me, and he was thinking, all of us were screaming, DauT, why are you not going Eagles? And DauT lost that game. Now, this is a bit different, but this is not pressure that should surprise Max. I feel like this is all expected.
And with those faster working ranges as well,
yeah.
TaToH's actually caught up in the military count now. There was a good portion there where we had the Max about 15 military up. TaToH's now about 5 military up on top of this as well, so he's really got what he wanted out of this engagement, which is Hoda, and now this is going to be a big engagement from the plumes, which are actually looping around the side of the map
That's
as well.
El Dorado, right? He's researching El Dorado now,
100%.
so he's thinking Eagles.
But look at this from TaToH, though. He's going down with his extra infantry armor as well. He's getting his ups.
Yeah. Yeah, TaToH's getting his armor upgrade, so expecting the Eagles. This is great play from TaToH. And in a best-of-7 series, to kill Mayans is huge, man. Because Mayans is one of the preferred picks from players. Britons, well, it kind of depends.
What was the Max doing with his plumes all the way over here? He was looping around the map. It looks like he wanted to get into anywhere against TaToH there, but TaToH at the moment is just going straight through the center of his base.
Well, the thing is, Max can't fight. So the one thing he can do, secure the left-hand side, take the gold, and then come back with Eagles. So I think if Max were to try and address this, it would be a big mistake against fully upgraded elite skirms and arbs.
Yeah.
But he's got to do it soon, man. And you'll see him now repositioning to the left, running away. We'll see what the production is going to be like on the barracks. TaToH will confirm, though, that the Eagle switch will be on the way for the Max.
Absolutely, and luckily, like we said earlier, he's actually starting to get all his ups behind. I believe we have a champion, we have Blake Mail going down, so he's going to be in the position to be able to deal with it, provided he has the units out. Because of course, the Eagles, once they're in the eco, nearly impossible to deal with. But if he gets that transition out in time and can get the good read like he's got now, fantastic. But here come those plumed archers.
Yeah, plumed archers are on the way, and these are elite Eagles. I mean, again, the issue here for Britons is going to be the lack of mobility. You might be thinking TaToH's way ahead, and you'd be correct, but Mayans are insane, man. And El Dorado Eagles, the Eagles go from 60 to 100 HP with that upgrade. So it's not out of the question that Max could come back here, but man, to lose these castles, devastating. He's lost one, he'll lose two. He could get pop blocked again, and TaToH has so much map control. He sees everything. No surprises here. This raid, minor annoyance for Max. I'm loving how TaToH's playing this.
TaToH's doing a great job of just forcing that engagement. Like you said, the Max will clean up that raid over on the side, but importantly though, TaToH knows it's there now, which means he can begin to punish that as soon as he's ready to.
Okay.
Behind it.
Sorry, Turk, I'm getting too excited.
No, do it, get excited.
We have to stay on Max's point of view because he's lost so many farms. It's very important to note he only has 13 farmers. 24 on gold though, and those trebs are done. Now, yes, TaToH has champions, but the plumes will wreck the champions. So what composition is better here? I normally prefer Mayans. Just keep in mind, no elite plume, no chemistry, no armor on the plumes. There's a lot of upgrades missing, but this is what Mayans can do. Oh my goodness, TaToH's army, which was so strong in this early push, could just melt here.
And that's what we're really looking for. The Eagles were able to come in type. They sniped off the Onagers, so it basically presented no issues at all for the Plumes. Now, the Plumes still going to trade relatively efficiently versus this, but look at that. The trebuchets are gone, and the push has essentially been halted for TaToH for now.
As long as TaToH has more resources, which he does, he can continue the production.
Look at the population, though, man. 190 plus for TaToH. Max struggling on 150.
Yeah, Max also he's not producing out of a lot of buildings. He's only producing out of 5 barracks. He's not producing any more plumes. And TaToH this whole time has been microing down the individual plumes. So yes, El Dorado Eagles with full armor, they're strong. But not if TaToH's producing like this. TaToH has unit after unit.
Wave across the entire map right now.
Look at that production from TaToH. And if that's the case, Eagles are good, but they're not that good.
That's it. They won't win a game just by being there, and that's been presented just now. TaToH takes game 1 with Britons versus Mayans.
Man, it's so easy for us to say this.
I know, when you see everything.
But for me, Max made the classic mistake of knowing he has a good unit and then trying to go immediately for that unit. You have to ease into it. In Feudal Age, he had good control, and then in Castle Age, he threw away like 12 military. Not military that he wanted to go with the whole game.
But it's still 10, 12 military that he could use to hold off, defend, slow it down.
Hold off, defend TaToH, delay him a little bit, makes that transition into plumes and transition into eagles easier. That was the mistake, in my opinion. While TaToH was just free booming, free making military, faster to amp, all momentum was for TaToH after Max did that.
And that's all he had to do, just hold down that production, keep it moving across the map, make sure it didn't get too popped out, and just keep pulling the Max's population down slowly but surely.
Incredible stuff from TaToH. 148 kills for Max. Very close KD, but that's not what matters.
Dude, look at that eco, though. Yeah. He had the resources to do this for days.
And I have to question the forward buildings, because that was just another thing where Max threw away momentum. Forward buildings are risky. If you're going to do that, you do not pop out with 4 units without fletching. Pop out with 8 to 10 archers with fletching and end the game there.
That's it. Catch them while they're halfway across the map even. Force them to come back with their units. Get any advantage you can there.
Yeah. Well played, Tati. 4 relics captured, for those who are wondering. 145 villagers.
Well. Just a late game Thor fort that goes in.
All right, so Turk. Next game will be on one of the home maps for Max.
What have we got to work here with the Max? So we've got the Max on Arena. We've got Mediterranean, which, look, if he picks Mediterranean, he's got to be picking Persians, right? That's just kind of how he rolls. And then we've also got Cenotes as well, which was the last pick of the Max. What do you think he's going to go to?
I don't know. Too many options, man.
I feel like he's super confident on Mediterranean, even though it hasn't worked out for him. But Arena, just to slow things down a little bit, pick the pace.
Both players are so even, it's hard to say. I feel like I wouldn't, if I were in his shoes, I would not pick Medi next. Because if you pick Medi next, TaToH is very good on that. Like, TaToH would probably pick that against someone else in another series.
Very true. And even then, we saw it. We did have this planned, basically the Finland team. They have planned a lot of Persian strats on it. We did see TaToH just jump in with Persians, go straight for it, and basically close the match out.
Yeah, but I mean, Mediterranean wouldn't at all be a huge surprise. Wow, I was actually searching for the game. I was searching Tati.
Remember how I said Persians would probably be the way to go? No, the player picked Persian. Cast a life, man. Cast a life.
Interesting. Man, I gotta respect it.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
The meta is certainly to go Persians on Mediterranean. TaToH has gone for the Italians. Max has gone Mongols. So both of them switching up a little bit. Now, do you think there's a big reason for this? I have an idea.
Is this a switch up, though? Because we've seen the Max so many times drop that early stable, try and go for any kind of scout pressure he can. Has he picked Mongols just to try and complement that, get him out a little bit earlier and hopefully pick TaToH off guard?
I think that the reasoning they have not gone for Persians is because there's cross.
Very true.
And Persians is better there.
Yep.
I think that makes the most sense. Now, Italians, we should talk about them. Here we have
let's
it for
bring
TaToH.
him up. Overlay guy.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we have this. This
how
is
good's
nice.
that?
All right, so Italians, they advance to the next stage 15% earlier, or it's 15% cheaper, right? Is that 15%? It's 15%, right?
Age cost 15%.
So. Age cost, okay, cool.
You got this.
All right, anyways, DauT technologies cost 50% less. Fishing ships cost 15% less. Those bonuses right there make them probably the best island civ right now.
Yep.
However, Mongols, one of the best land civs, and this is a mix of water and land. Mongols hunt 50% faster. There's a bunch of other bonuses. Don't even worry about it, because it's not important for a long time, and we'll bother overlay guy to bring it up later.
What about the +2 line of sight on the scout? Come on, that's going to be a little bit helpful, right?
That's cool, but, you know, don't want to confuse people.
Yeah, you're right. Get rid of this overlay guy. We don't need this.
Appreciate it. So I think that since Mongols bring in so much food, you'll see one of two things. You'll see Max go for a dock in Dark Age, make some fishing ships, then expect to lose the fishing ships against Italians, which is probably the wiser play because Italians are really tough to deal with. Or you go all in water with a faster feudal time. But my worry is here, yes, you hunt faster if you're Mongols, but Italians have a cheaper feudal age, and Italians have all those bonuses on water.
It balances out very, very quickly.
I think I prefer to use the Mongol mobility here. And Italians can struggle against that on land. But you mentioned scouting. That's extremely important. Here's Max's scout. Max is going to be on his way to TaToH's base. Just knowing where the dock is, knowing where the land is important. Now, it's not just about the early scout opening, but sometimes if a player in Max's position goes so heavy on land that TaToH overcommits to defending it, then Max says, okay, and he'll switch right back on water. So it's
and
really,
that's the best thing he's got
really
here.
cool.
He's got the option to be able to run that. All he
Yeah.
needs to do is pull TaToH's attention away, and then just basically just clean sweep all the water.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried for Max, though, because he wasn't able to push any deer. And it's not the end of the world. But normally with Mongols, you'll see players try and push in the hunt as quickly as possible. So he's not been able to do that. Here comes his scout. He will find TaToH. Now, who gets the first hit here is actually extremely important. Are they paying attention?
I think he's just passing, man. He's looking for that dock.
Just passing.
We might jump over to the POV for a second as well. May as well. It's always fun to see it in the early game.
Yeah, so TaToH's walled in that Vill, expecting the scout to be coming by. Actually,
so great read from him.
Yeah, he's just scouting the edge of the map, deletes those. Well, yeah, he's thinking about building fishing ships, and then it's all about streamlining things towards fast feudal.
And show us the blocks.
All right, Max is docked. Again, Max is blue, as is TaToH. Ooh, hold on a second. That boar, is that one of TaToH's? Oh.
Let's go. We're back to your game, man.
That's one of is that one of TaToH's boars? That is really far out.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Here we go. He's going for it with the villager from the dock.
Oh boy.
And the Max is waiting for this.
Now there is loom here. TaToH can't take this in. TaToH can't even try.
That's too far, man.
No. And this is where Max could switch his strategy. If he was thinking fast feudal scouts, he could go fast feudal water now because that will slow TaToH down. TaToH, if he had his scout nearby, he could have helped himself out there, but he's had to wait a good 30, 45 seconds. And now he's going to attack Max, and Max will just get out of here. So that's totally worth it for Max. Would not go back to lane. Would try and get a hill hit if you're Max, but job done.
Exactly. He's just delayed TaToH all he needed to, because really he's looking for that feudal age timing right now. Both players, of course, going out with their fishing ships behind this. Both of them pretty much just going to go up to about 3 and then cap it there.
Okay, so you notice how TaToH, villager? Okay, you notice how TaToH's walling so early? So his boar is late. He has 3 villagers walling. I don't think this is a normal play from TaToH. This almost feels like some weird fast castle strategy, which is not at all expected. Max is
from
on the
Italians
way to feudal
as well.
Yeah, I mean you can
get
do
the cheaper
it.
upgrade, I guess, which is the main thing there.
You can
really,
do it, but
water is what they're after.
He's gonna give up water if that's the case.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll get really lucky, save his fishing ships, and then come back onto water later and can fish away. But I think this was never in the game plan for TaToH. I think that this is him adapting.
I think this is him adapting to the Mongol pick.
I think it's that, and also the delayed boar.
Playing it safe.
Max has to adapt. He'll see the walls, and Max should know exactly what we know now. He's going fast castle. Now, what do? I think the best play is gain a lead with economy on water. So
second dock comes down straight away.
Yeah, so maybe a few fire galleys. Max has to completely take TaToH off water because Italians are extremely dangerous with a fast castle here. If he goes full water, takes out TaToH's fish, but TaToH sneaks up 2 docks in castle age, it'll just reverse and TaToH will have full water control again, but Max will be losing 8 to 10 to 12 fishing ships, so scouting is huge.
Alright, so we've got Max up to feudal age now. It goes down with 2 fire galleys immediately. Like Tristan was saying, right now he's on a timer. He needs to take out these fishing ships as quickly as possible, minimize any kind of advantage that we can see from TaToH, and then take out the docks.
I feel like TaToH should die to this, but I normally only know these things. I normally only have the game sense if I've seen things and played things hundreds of times.
That's it.
I've never once seen someone with Italians go FC against fast feudal Mongols. So, I mean, a really good play against this, funny enough, is to max the Max and sneak a Vill. I bet you Max is going to... Yeah, see, Max realizes that. Max realizes that TaToH would probably send a Vill here, so he's going to stonewall. I love that. I love that.
That's a very adaptive and strong gameplay, but now we have the galleys coming in for the Max. Going to try and take out the fishing ships of TaToH there, and really, there's nothing that can stop him right now. TaToH's not even feudal at this stage. And behind that as well, more fishing ships getting dropped out from Max.
Exactly.
He knows.
So early wave of fires. You don't need to overcommit past that. Then it's about fishing ships. Try and catch up to the next stage. And here's another villager here from Max. I assume he's going to stonewall. Man, if I was co-casting with Liereyy right now, this is what Liereyy would say. Resign! Resign! Like, resign, TaToH. That's all he says in the back room. It's hilarious. I love it. It's one of my favorite things about NAC 3 is just hanging out with everyone and all their different personalities.
All right, so there we go, up to feudal age for Tati. We've got market and blacksmith dropped immediately, of course, and look at those fishing ships.
TaToH's like, okay, I'm just going to take a little bit here. He's like, day 11. They have now accepted me as one of their own. This is great, man. And Max is more concerned with taking out that dock because he knows how important that will be for TaToH if he gets to the next stage. Okay, this is the sneak Vill, isn't it? There she goes. Yeah, so Max's game sense was on point to Stonewall here. And remember, TaToH does not have a scout, right? Wait, no, he does have a scout. What am I talking about?
Yep.
TaToH has not scouted that. Oh, no, I lied. He's actually scouted 2 of those walls, so how he's going to get over there, I have no clue.
Is it just to drop some docks down on the side where he thinks that Max won't be expecting it so he can retake water at that stage?
Let's see. So he'll have 6 on gold. No, I think the plan here was not to go back on water. I think it was to go for Maganel's monks. And it still could happen, but I don't know. Again, this is just not orthodox. I think in the next minute or two, Max will probably use the market, buy some food, and go up.
Yep.
So, but TaToH got away with some food with the fish
with the
heist.
fishing ships.
Yeah, look, he's running away too. He's like, no, that's my food, my salmon. I would hunt him down, man.
All right, it looks like TaToH, yeah, he wants to put that extra dock up, but look at that, the Max is on it, man.
Ooh.
The Max is on it.
Ooh, okay. Oh, the plays! Take that, micro nerd. That's amazing, Max. Well played. It's funny how many times we're seeing this now. DE, there's less lag. Obviously, this is LAN as well. So, joke was made in the Yo series that Yo has never walled in his villagers that many times because he's normally in China, you know, with a bit of lag between his opponents he's playing here. Still think it's very important that TaToH is luring Max's scout away from the right side. Oh, but Max found the dock, so it was for a dock?
Straight away, before it was even up, he was on it.
Okay. That fishing ship is really, really getting to me. And then the scout.
Tati loses it.
All right. Okay, so Max got his market up.
All right, Tati going for his trademark demos behind this as well. War galley on the way.
I mean, that's a lot of fishing ships, and they're really vulnerable. And this would only work with Italians. It only works with Italians because the Italian dock techs are 50% cheaper, and because the castle age is cheaper, feudal age is cheaper. So if that's halfway in, TaToH's demolition rafts are soon going to be demolition ships. Ships, sorry, not shifts. And I foresee Max needing to hold here for a solid 2 minutes.
Well, that's it. He hasn't even clicked up at this stage. He's just about got the resources he needs. Still about 300 food off. Doesn't really have anything he can abuse the market for at this stage as well, but yeah, at least he's trying to get the numbers out on the water.
Big demo shot. Honestly, TaToH, I wouldn't even demo these. They're already kind of weak. You have fires. Save the demo.
But look at this. We can get 3.
Save the demo, Max. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, he's like, take me. Take me. I sacrificed myself for my friends. This is good micro from Max. That's good.
That's what you want with the demo hits. Minimize them as much as possible.
But I think the Italians FC is going to work. TaToH's... I mean, Max still hasn't clicked up. TaToH should wipe out all the fish. I'm really surprised that TaToH tried this for Mediterranean. Maybe this looks so strong. Maybe it was part of his game plan from the beginning.
The way this is playing out?
Yeah.
Yeah, this seems super practiced.
And the thing is, you can't really stop it either. If you wall that early, your opponent can't get in.
Still not castle age. He's only just
I
starting
don't know
to get
what's
food
happening
now.
with his eco. Like, seriously, I expected him to click up 2 minutes ago. TaToH's going to win water at this stage.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy win.
Wow.
And look at that. Another good demo hit. Oh, on top of 3 of them.
Yeah. I mean, TaToH does have some weak ones, though. Like, that one's weak, this one's weak. Max also has some fishing ships working. It's really important you do what TaToH did and sail around with them. So it's not over yet. It's 6 military for Max and 3 for TaToH. Did TaToH go for second TC, I wonder? Ah, okay, so TaToH figures he's done enough, and that now he can commit to more town centers for some more land economy. I actually like this because he's certainly done enough, and you don't want to all in on water just for Max to go for a big land boom behind it. So he's getting a jump start on the town centers, jump start on the Vill eco, and right now the Vill count's pretty even, but I think TaToH's going to have an eco lead in 5 minutes time.
Oh, of course. He's got the extra town center coming up behind this. The Max is only halfway towards castle now. All the fishing ships minus like 2, I think, have been cleaned up on the water here for TaToH. So he's just feeling strong. A couple of demolition rafts there, but up against the fire ships and some good splits from TaToH if he gets them.
Yeah, but it's still a demolition raft, and now there's a demolition ship, so it's a big
Just using
difference.
that tech advantage. And it's really paying off here. You can see it so quickly.
So as we cast this, I'm thinking about, could Max have done anything different? Maybe he could have switched into galleys earlier. He certainly could have been the castle age faster. But it seems like it's really difficult to stop. TaToH also did this on islands before. Just did not expect it to be a Mediterranean strategy. And you know what's really cool about TaToH, and some other players have done this as well? They haven't used... Oh, big demo, maybe? Not really. Oh,
some good splash damage.
But yeah, we haven't seen this on Mediterranean yet from TaToH, so he hasn't used his best strategies early. Saving it for the quarterfinals makes a whole lot of sense.
And TaToH, again, just looking to clean up any of this water at the moment. He just really needs to get a little bit more numbers out here, just so the Max really can't come back out. Max does have 3 dock production, though, versus TaToH's 2, because he did lose that one down in the south a little bit earlier. But right now, he just needs to clean up a couple of these galleys and just use that tech advantage. Then
Max,
once he's got the number,
micro the weak one first, man. Micro the weak one first, and that fight goes better for you. All right, so now what Max needs to do is win water, because if he tries to catch up in the land boom, he's going to be behind. So he needs to fully win water.
He's going 2 town center behind it, though.
Yeah, but you still, I think, need to fully focus on water. It's tough, though, because TaToH will now recognize, oh boy, he's in Castle Age. He's going to boom. He also is doing decent on water, so I need to make more. So it's such a fine balance you need here. But man, I just really impressed with how TaToH has played this. And there's the 3rd TC for TaToH. So about 10 villager lead for him incoming, and very little fishing ships, if any, remaining for Max. I don't think any. Now, what are you thinking long-term, though, for Italians versus Mongols on Mediterranean? That's my question.
Well, that's it. TaToH's still actually got this forward villager down the side as well. So I'm hoping he really wants to utilize that, and that's the only reason it's still here, besides, of course, the time it's just going to take to walk back. So hopefully he utilizes this when we do see a push over on this side here, kind of deny a couple of those extra gold spots. How many has the Max got in his base? He's got his main. Looks like he's got a neutral towards the back as well.
Front. See, that's important in these fights. If it's fire v fire, mixing in a demo or 2 has worked really well for TaToH. And that fight for Max not good. Has to split up his fires, he does, but I just have so little confidence in Max winning water back against Italians. It's crazy, and TaToH's micro has been much better, 25 kills and 13 deaths.
And again, just to reiterate, we've got TaToH on 2 dock production here versus 3 dock from Max, and he's still holding it. And
that was sick micro from TaToH. Pulled the weak ones away multiple times, and still holding. But okay, I have a small prediction here. Well, actually, this is, I don't know, small, medium, large, whatever.
Shoot.
I think TaToH goes Imp, wins water, and then tries to control the flanks with water. Because if he doesn't do that, then Mongols are just going to run over Italians with their speed. You know, like, if you try and go Arbalest push in this corner, it's so slow. Whereas if you control the middle and then try and go Arbalest push, they can't like push back you because you control like half the shoreline.
That's it. Trying to get across the map is basically suicide.
Yeah, maybe. You see that pretty frequently with Italians. I don't know if landing condotieros can be a possible strategy. We'll see. But Max has more military now. It's 7 versus 5. It seems like there's been a whole lot more, but they've been engaging almost immediately after making their units on water.
Alright, and looking back at home, still just 3 town centers sitting for both players. Essentially just, like you said, they're just trying to take water control at this point, and until someone's kind of a little bit more of a victor on there, that's where this game's going to sit. Okay,
so 21 on food for TaToH. That number's right here.
13 for the Max.
And Max has, really? Oh, I'm clicking the wrong one, sorry. Yeah, 13 for the Max. So Max barely has enough to keep all of his TCs running. He's actually adding another TC. So I foresee Max to be much later to Imp, but I expect him to also catch up with the Vill count, which pretty much falls in line with my prediction here. I think TaToH Imps faster. TaToH might actually castle the shoreline because he seems to be losing water now. And then after doing that, we might see TaToH go for the water push. Now it's interesting, we have 2 villagers on the left-hand side. One has 37 HP, the other one has 40 HP, and I think both are going to build outposts. So they might find each other over here and, I don't know, kiss. That'd be exciting. We'll see.
At this stage, yeah, probably the most exciting thing that's happened in a while, but the Max, again, just taking water control, wanting to hold on to it. Most likely at this stage, TaToH pretty much just given up the water, probably just looking to get that castle up, and then basically just redock once Imperial hits and he can get his text behind it.
Does that say Max is making fish now? It's interesting that he's making fish now.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? He's kind of far ahead. I just hope he doesn't go too heavy. So a few sprinkled in here or there.
In the south from TaToH as well.
Ah, and Max will spot that. Now, there's a possibility this could be denied. It's unlikely.
One monk.
Yeah.
Might just be a little bit slow, that man.
And there's a gold down here, so that's going to be very important.
There's 2 golds just out there as well. Just outside Max's base, there's another one.
How does TaToH play this? Does he forget about water now? I don't think that's good.
No. He needs... Look how big this water patch is in the middle as well. It controls literally all the shoreline.
I like how Max is making War Galley. Now he can hit the Repairville, stop TaToH from garrisoning so much Navy in his docks. Again, really surprised to see TaToH not building more docks, not thinking of a castle on the shoreline. He might be thinking of it, he just doesn't have the resources yet.
Yeah, he's got the income on the stone there. He's sitting at about 450, so just a little bit more before he can start to protect that.
But yeah, this is what I said about Max's position when he was later to castle. He has to win water. He's done so. Has outposts on the flanks and stonewalls on the flanks, so he's not going to be hugely surprised. I hope he stonewalls that. I know that he's just sent a villager down here for outposts, but I hope that he re-walls that, because that would be a disaster if units run in later.
And we do have, it looks like a reaction stable down in the south as well there from the Max. Looks like he just wants to deal with that mangonel that's out.
Yeah, probably a knight and a scout. Or maybe not even a knight. Just a scout's on the way. Both going for relics. And I think TaToH will get this one. And the villager was deleted. TaToH tried to convert it, and the guys said he would rather die.
Alright, so TaToH actually throwing some more docks up now as well. Actually going to dock number 3, just a little bit further right. But apart from that, we're still really waiting on that castle to come up and actually utilizing the monks here. Trying to really kind of get some of these fire ships back on side, or at least just deny some of this space. But the galleys come in, they'll deal with the old man pretty quickly.
The micro from Max. He's going for the monk now. Can he get that? That's important. Oh, but the TaToH gets a conversion. I think it's just important that Max...
is that got a demo ship in at that dock?
Oh,
it does.
Boy.
That's a big... Tatty's feeling good, and there's a demo ship in the other one as well.
He needs big shots here, TaToH.
If he gets 2 shots on this, though.
Max is asking for this because he's weakening the dock. That was lackluster. And Max will be aware that this is a possibility. Yeah, way to hype it up, man.
Hey, I got excited there for a sec. There's nothing I love more than a little sneaky demo.
Man, how impressive has Max's boom been to catch up to TaToH? He has 43 food now, food villagers that is, and that's 34 now for TaToH. So Max has way more food income. No, TaToH, this is so bad. Max, you didn't wall it. No, TaToH could convert a Vill and then have a Vill back here, and he could actually launch an attack. Wait, no.
He got it.
Okay, that villager needs to be killed. I think you kill the Vill before the monk, right? Okay, maybe it's not so big a deal.
Steals with the monk, and well, that's the thing, right? Because if the monk, the things you're more worried about with the faith, right?
Yeah, get the Vill. Okay, it's not the end of the world. I was really worried that TaToH would wall in that villager. Well, see what TaToH has done with that all-important villager in the south? Redocking. Max thinks he's got it all covered. Max does not have it all covered. Max is about 40% behind to the Imperial Age. It's 20 military versus 10, and that's all water control for the most part. And so, you know what that means? Fast fire? I think, again, we're going to have a situation where Max needs to hold with demos. Though this time it's a lot better for him than it was when he was stuck in feudal age for a while.
Oh, look at this, though. The outpost from Max actually sees one of the docks coming up in the south as well.
Really?
Yeah, he's just on it there, so the Max knows what's up pretty much immediately.
Beautiful, okay. Nice. And he also built a castle on the shoreline. That's what I expected from TaToH. Didn't
TaToH actually put a castle in the north, up on one of the hills.
Okay, well, and maybe he foresees to get this shoreline back anyhow. So he's going for map control instead of water control. I kind of like that move. And now we have a Max castle there too, so we could easily see a Trebor. Oh boy, Max has misclicked, and he's attacking the house instead of the villager. And fast fire is in for TaToH.
And here we go, TaToH now trying to take as many engagements as he can. Try and really push this advantage with fast fires versus normal fire galleys, and even some demo ships out there at the moment for the Max as well, so got to be careful of those. But just trying to whittle down these numbers and really just hold out Imperial here.
Yeah, TaToH's fishing ships out here, that's hilarious. But I think Max will be okay because he has the castle. If he didn't have the castle there, he could start to lose docks. He's now going to redock over here. He's not too far behind with upgrades. They're on the way now for him. But you'll see the difference in the timing on the upgrades. The amount of resources TaToH's going to have remaining is going to be obnoxious because his dock techs are cheap. Italians are just beastly, but one thing they lack is mobility on lands and a real strong force on land. Max, you've got to fight here. He does. Good stuff. I just want to say, for everyone watching, this game has had everything, all right? It's had the map control on land, it's had the versatility on water, it's had 2 entirely different openings, and both players have had to adapt to each and every strategy. So this has been quality stuff. Well, this is interesting. Max sees TaToH has a castle on this hill, so TaToH will have a castle in the north and the south. That castle is going up, though, and that could be a hard position for Max to push.
Absolutely. We saw it in pretty much the last game where we saw, I think it was LaaaN and... Who was LaaaN playing? It was a 2-hour match. I should remember that. We were both here.
Game? Oh, wait, we were casting or
yeah,
last
we were
game?
casting that.
What? Castle on hill. There's been a lot of castles on hills.
There was a 2-hour medi game.
Oh, I was not casting.
You weren't casting that?
No,
Man.
I was back
Sorry,
there
my
like,
brain's just
thank
fried
God.
from it, apparently.
Oh, I was thinking.
Man, I can't even remember right now. No, it was with
casting
Hera. That's who it was with.
Yeah.
I'm right. Sorry, Hera. I know you're out there.
Yeah, that was. I remember watching
Brain
that.
fried. But
No
yeah,
worries.
that's it. We had that one castle on the hill, and that just took a good like hour plus to dislodge.
It's also really important to bring this up. If TaToH wins this game, not only is he up 2-0, but I don't think he would have ever wanted Italians on any of the upcoming maps. Max would have loved Mongols on some of the upcoming maps.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of a double win for TaToH in that sense. I love heavy demo. I love the fact that we've seen that.
Look at these military numbers right now, though. TaToH is just investing so hard. 43 compared to 20, and majority of the moment has been Galleon as well from TaToH, so he's going to be able to start controlling that shoreline.
I want to see some
and the
demo
Trebor
shots.
in the top as well. We've even got Genoese crossbowmen coming out for TaToH. We've got the trebuchets there that are already starting to work towards that castle. Ooh.
Yeah, they're both trying to take out castles. Wow, TaToH defending in the north. Both trying to take out castles, and they're both trying to fight on water, but TaToH is winning both right now. He has castles in the corners. Bombard Cannon's a beautiful move, slowly whittling down these siege workshops. And then we saw a moment ago, he took out one of Max's trebs, and maybe he will push forward and take out Max's castle next. I think Siege Ram is going to be the saving grace for Max.
Oh, you're seeing what I'm seeing from TaToH, though? I'm seeing Cannon Galleons. He knows he's run 1 water when he starts going for that.
Really? Cannon Galleon's pricey, but wait, is that cheaper? Oh, it's cheaper. I forgot. It's cheaper for a time. Yeah, that makes sense. I was going to say, that's too expensive with any other civ. Yeah. Max just... The only thing that could change this game for him is Siege Ram. A siege unit. That's it. Like, Ferrari Siege Ram. So he'll go for his unique tech, which gives his siege extra speed. Funny enough, if he has like 10 in the north and 10 in the south, he can push both castles, but...
Cannon Galleon pushing the center of the map as well towards that castle, and man, I actually love the animation on the
I know, I'm
just checking
in
that out for a sec.
Oh, and the
I
bird.
look over towards Tristan, he's
bird.
zoomed in, I'm zoomed in.
Oh, the bird dodges the shot. That guy's clutch. But yeah, it's funny. We zoomed in at the same time there. Unfortunately, the angle's not so good for us.
But now, the thing is as well, how can you hold this now? Cannon Galleon, 15 range on those to be able to shoot from the shoreline.
Yeah.
You can't really push into the Galleon, 7+3. You've already really lost the water here.
Yeah.
TheMax trying to dock up back over towards his western side.
Choo-choo! Capped Rams going after this little man. Doink! What?
One more.
How's he alive? Get him. Doink! All right, nice. And more Rams will be on the way. Now, it's DE pathing, so going between these buildings can be difficult, but it seems like he'll make the base of the castle. And man, if Siege Ram comes in, there's a real possibility that these castles fall. But I still feel like it was too early for Max. He doesn't have Siege Ram yet.
We've even got a couple of condos out there as well to be able to try and deal with these Rams.
Yeah, Max has lost the castle, but remember the game that Turkman casted with Hera. These games can go on for a long time, so let's not call it yet.
Oh,
and
no
here
way
are some
close.
heavy demos, so we're seeing some of the Mongol power. Boom, good shot. Heavy demos are not ideal versus Galleons, but I'd say another decent shot.
Well, that's it. It's just about trying to take
And
back
the Rams
some of the
on this
numbers.
side! The Rams on this side take care of the Trebs. Max, just wait for Siege Ram, dude. Just wait for Siege Ram. If this was Siege Ram, it'd be so much better. Max does have to worry now. TaToH's actually
Going
going to
a little
land.
bit further north. Look at all of these like stables, which has got up now from TaToH as well.
Yeah.
He's ready just to begin flooding the Hussar in. He's feeling comfortable.
And with Hussars on both sides, then he takes care of the only Ram attack. Yeah, beautifully done. Also, Elite Genoese crossbow. I didn't realize he got Elite. Well, that means Max can't even
for the
push with
Mongols,
Hussars.
right? They're just going to do so much damage against pretty much every composition apart from the siege aspect.
I think we've finally reached the point where Max can't do anything.
Yeah, we've got the bombard cannons from TaToH in the north, and he can't push into that. He's getting a couple of Mangadai out, but the Genoese and the Hussars are there ready to deal with it. On the water, look, there's still quite a few galleons there, but I don't think... look, it's close, but I wouldn't say it's one, and TaToH just begins to reinforce, so he's going to have extras to deal with that. And then the other side, he's got bombard cannons, there's some Genoese there as well, so he's basically just chipping away at this point.
Yeah, and this castle is destined to die. You can't really go Elite Mangadai. Max doesn't have the resources. He can't go Hussar because there's Genoese crossbow. He can't push Rams because there's Hussar. He can't push water because, well, Italians. He can't push water. He's trying to push water, but TaToH's still doing well. This is not going to be easy for Max. TaToH has 70% of this map, if not more. I can't really do math.
Yeah, look, I'm willing to agree with you there.
Hey.
And look at that military count as well.
Nothing.
So
just continue. It's fine. That's a good castle. Yeah, TaToH's just going to try and suffocate Max for as long as possible.
And again, Callan Galleon's around the shore, so he's just sniping town centers, sniping villages the best he can, and really just kind of needs to deal with this castle over here. And if he deals with this, it's pretty much game over for Max.
Max might see his population and think he's in this, but it's because he's boomed up to 148 vills. So
that's
it's
so many villages.
72 military versus 26. Max doesn't have the military.
He's literally got next to no military. We've got TaToH sitting on 72.
Yeah. Man, this is not only sick play in this game from TaToH, but this is just sick thinking to not go Mongols.
Yep.
Not go Persians. They both saved Persians for the cross game, which I think will be a Persian's mirror. And go Italians. Beautiful play from TaToH. He's up 2 games over the Max. Max needs the next win. In a best of 7, if you go down 3 games, it's just not going to happen for you. So he needs a good result.
Well, that's it. You don't want the pressure on that high that quickly.
139 kills for TaToH, but yet again, the theme is the economy. TaToH had more food, he had more stone, he had more gold, he had a lot more map control. For me, the difference was Max should have been a feudal age faster. I think he should have been a feudal age at least a minute or 2 faster. He did add the fishing ships. The market, I don't know, maybe you sell your stone, buy food, buy the stone back later for TCs, I'm not sure, but when TaToH was able to snipe the fishing ships, Max didn't have an advantage anymore.
Absolutely, and TaToH right now just keeping hold of all the civs that he wants.
Yeah.
He's just played this to absolute perfection. He hasn't given himself a huge downside in terms of the civs he has picked, but right now he's ready to kind of close this one out, I feel.
3-2 with the relics, not the score.
Not the score, not yet.
So any thoughts on what we'll see next?
But what have we got here from Max? Dun, 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 dun. We've got Arena or we've got Cenotes. Do you think he wants to play more closed off versus TaToH right now or more open based? It's one of those things where on an open style map, I generally think TaToH's... In fact, I think TaToH's a little bit of a stronger player when it does come down to it. Max, I think, has some amazing strategies. The way he picks things overall is just absolute insanity. But the way TaToH's been reading it right now, he's been just calling Max on every single little attempt he's had.
I think we see Max go... Actually, can we cheat?
We can cheat.
We can cheat? What is it? Can you see it?
It looks like it starts with a C.
I'm blind. I can't see.
No, it's just as custom. That's all I could see.
Okay, I think we're going to see cheated. Arena. I'm pretty sure. It's a solid guess. I put money on it. And then, if it's Arena... Wait, is it actually Arena?
I actually don't know. Let's have
He's not picking that in Arena, right?
Oh, yeah, it's right there. Bang.
Really?
NAC Arena. Looks like he wants to slow it down. Like I was kind of saying, I guess after the loss on Arabia from TaToH there, and Besley's so definitive, he might just want to slow the game down a little bit, take it to the late game, and then we can find it from there.
Well,
but
are we starting now? Oh,
we are
shoot, we're starting
right now.
I was about to go to Dave's Twitter. This is very important. Dave had some choice words. He had a question to the Max the other day, and I think this is important. You go ahead and do the intro here, okay? Because this is... Is Dave sleeping?
Yeah, the coach.
What?
Oh, that's cute.
Wow. I feel so offended, man.
All right, I will grab a point of view for now. So, over towards the west of the map, in the red, we do have TheMax playing as the Persians.
Sorry, yep, Max is here playing as the Persians. I thought that was going to be on Cross.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Cross is an awesome one for that. I guess the faster working TC here helps out as well.
I mean, it always is good, but Persians on Arena? I mean, there's still Aztecs available. TaToH's gone Byzantines, which also is not something I expected. Now, Hold on.
Here we go. We're getting the info.
All right. Dave, 1 day ago, follow him on Twitter and he'll love you. Max, why did you not play standard strats like they said you should? Max, I didn't want to.
That's such a TheMax answer.
That is a Max answer. So I'm just wondering, you know, Persians on Arena, not saying Persians are bad, not saying Persians can't beat Byzantines, but
saying Persians are different.
He didn't want to go standard. He didn't want to go Aztecs.
The thing is, though, against someone like TaToH as well, who's just known as such an adaptive player and being able to overcome anything he kind of finds, scouting is generally amazing, his map awareness, and just his game sense in general. I feel like it's one of those things where it just makes things so hard for TheMax. Because the thing is, he's a great standard player, but he also uses a lot of, I'm not going to say like one tricks, but a lot of things where he gets an advantage because his player he's against isn't expecting the strategy that happens.
And Byzantines are a civ that can counter pretty much anything. Let's just walk through this. Persians.
Overlay guy, bring up the bonuses.
Oh yeah, yes, of course.
Yeah, man, we got this.
Sure, we'll do the bonuses first. Then I'll talk about the tech tree.
I reckon you can intertwine
we can make it work. Yeah.
Do you need me to push the button as well? I can push the button.
He's new. Oh, Brett, you gotta do it. What? Me? What?
Oh no, I get you. All right, we see what you want.
Yeah, it was his fault. Okay. So anyways, we got the bonuses here. This is new today, all right?
These are some big ones,
down for the weekend,
too. Byzantine pretty big.
All right, so HP, that can be very helpful with defense.
Especially if you're holding off any kind of siege push early on with your castle.
The big one you need to pay attention to there is that advancing to the Imp is cheaper for them, so getting to the Imperial Age is so much easier, can really complement their tech tree and how the games play out. But cheap trash, so cheap pointy boys, and cheap skirmishers.
Plus camels as well, can never forget about them.
Yes, that's true. Also, they have Paladin, if they need to do it. They have Elite Cataphract. They have amazing monks. There's not a lot that Byzantines can't do.
Except bloodlines.
This is the way I see it. This is true. This is the way I see it. Persians, they're normally going for Paladin and Skirm or their crossbow.
now.
Yeah, exactly. Crossbow can be countered by the cheap Byzantine Skirm.
Yep.
The Paladin can be countered by the cheap Halbs. That said, crossbow Paladin is still deadly. It's more number efficient, but it's Arena. We don't have much else to talk about. So...
Well, that's it. Let's hit some POV while we're doing this as well. But Persians, probably the big thing that we're looking here is going to be the faster working TC.
Yeah, this is a Geodude map, by the way. When we get back to my point of view, the mini-map looks like a Geodude.
No, I'm so into it, man. I get it.
Overlay guy, it's Dark Age, okay? Overlay guy is being extra critical of my mouse controls here.
Well, that's it. What do we... Let's look. What do we got going on?
Well,
Tati, nothing really special. It's Dark Age Arena.
He's pushing a deer. That's impressive work right there.
Yeah, all the way from the back there, right in the Geodude arm.
Yeah. What about Max?
Let's go have a look at Max. See
their
what's going on in
bases are amazing.
Cubeland.
Yeah, their bases are amazing. You can see on Max's mini-map. You see all the the yellow blocks on the back of his base. 2 farms, so that means we're definitely seeing fast castle for Max. He's been pushing deer as well. All right, let's go back to the main caster
all right, where are you?
Screen. Just to give you guys an idea of how good Max's base is, I've seen Viper get this map many times in semifinals and finals.
Of course.
No, I'm kidding. It's not like that. But
so
main
TheMax
gold,
though, yeah, main gold.
Main gold, secondary gold, third gold, all within his walls. Both stones, all within his walls. Yeah, I mean, everything that should be his is his within those walls. TaToH, it's also pretty good, but he doesn't have near as much space to boom with. Back gold, back stone's fine. This gold is fine. This gold is outside of his walls. It's not a bad arena map, but it looks bad compared to what Max has.
Relic's actually looking fairly even as well. Like, the middle one's a little bit closer to Max overall, but fairly even, which is nice. So both players actually have quite a good map. The Max kind of runs away with it a little bit in terms of the advantage, and Relic's actually quite even as well. So this should be one hell of a matchup.
Yeah, gone are the days where Relics are all in one spot. They are evenly distributed. Normally it's 5 Relics on Arena. Some different maps can have just 1 or 2 for each player, but that's the norm here. Also, it's important to note that players have cows. That is not consistent. So sometimes it's all sheep. Sometimes you'll get some cows. Sometimes you'll get some water buffaloes. I don't know if water buffaloes are on Arena because there's no water. But
yeah,
but
you
anyways,
get to see them. But
you get 150 food per cow versus just 100 food per sheep. So that just eases the players towards the castle age a bit faster. And now I'm wondering what build Max will choose to go with and what build TaToH will choose to go with. A very common strategy on Arena nowadays is to see barracks, a stable, and a blacksmith and fast castle. make scouts to snipe any monks, make monastery to get your own relics, and then boom.
Well, that's it. It's super, super safe, which is the big thing as well. Allows you to get the read on the map, you can see what your opponent's doing, and deny the relics at the same time.
Yeah, it's also very good for your economy because you're building so many farms. Now, Byzantines, they are an interesting civ. Sometimes with their cheap spears, you can go forward with 2 villagers, protect them with spears, and then go for monks. But I don't think this is a map that TaToH would want to push. Going monks in siege when Max has virtually everything saved would probably be a big mistake.
Yeah, it just doesn't make things easy, especially the fact he doesn't have any information about exactly what he's got in the back here. Because it's one of those things, TaToH could drop a castle down at the front, be like, oh, look at this, I've denied the gold.
Yeah,
realize it's not the main gold when he sees how many tiles there, and then go, oh no.
All right. Well, they're both on the way to feudal age. Now, the uptimes can tell you an awful lot about what they're going to do. Actually, you know what's interesting? Does TaToH have Loom? TaToH does not have Loom. They're both at 27 vills. Oh, Persian TC's work
TC
faster.
bonus.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's why Persians are strong right there. And it's like an extra villager in Dark Age.
Well,
it is going to need to be changed at some point. It's so freaking strong, man. It's crazy.
Alright, so what have we got from Max? Again, both players just setting up their eco for what they're looking for here. Barracks is already down from Max though, so I think what you were saying, Blacksmith stable, seeming pretty common from him, especially as Persians as well.
Oh, I hate that stable position. That makes me want to cry because it's blocking his gold. This is like a low elo legend cast, but you know he's way better than those people. And I mean, it's not the end of the world because he has the other golds. But why not build it? Why not build it here? Build it here, and then your opponent still can't see it.
It still continues with the wall off, right?
This is all we have to talk about. So. But yeah, he will click up soon. Oh, are the scouts fighting? Oh, Max actually got in, and Max should run around. Remember, TaToH has no Loom. TaToH Scout has 15 HP. It's 25 for the Max, so Max could be really annoying here. And at least Hera's probably really, really happy that this is not Hera, because Hera would be looking for the weak vills.
He'd be looking at those 2 villages under the TC and going like, yeah, this is possible. But we do have the Market Blacksmith coming up from TaToH as well.
Yeah, but this is important because TaToH has to stay here with the Scout. He cannot scout what Max is going to be doing because of that. And Max can see everything that TaToH is doing. So Max now will see, oh, you've got Market Blacksmith. This is just a normal boom. You haven't added a barracks. You haven't added a stable like I did. Max is probably feeling very good after seeing this.
Just adding on as well to that Persian TC bonus, both players on 29 population right now, very, very equal. But looking at this overall, the Max, like 30% faster up to Castle Age right now. And that's only going to increase as he continues researching as well, that distance.
Yeah, so I can see why Persians were picked for this. It's just...
Oh, here we go.
Max is diving in for a villager. TaToH, can he wall his way out? It's been so common over the last few games. I doubt it. No, she's dead. Or he's dead, sorry.
He's out of here.
Could have been a she, I don't know. Yeah, and now TaToH gets the kill. So, is it worth it? Probably, because it was inevitable that that scout was going to die. And now TaToH will send his scout out here. When he does that, Max is going to have another scout. Yeah, this is a standard arena build. Expect one monastery from Max, and then a whole lot of economy, a whole lot of booming.
All right, so it looks like we're going to a late game, ladies and gentlemen. So we've got about like 15 minutes to kind of fill here of game time.
well, I mean, that's true, but at the same time, I think this is really important to note. I don't know what TaToH is planning on doing here. Now he's building a barracks. The barracks will be late. He, I think, is only making a barracks because he wasn't expecting Max to go scouts, which is a big surprise to me because I expected the scout build because it's so common. I think this is good for Max. He needs a win here, and he's definitely going to have a head start already with a 2-villager lead, already adding the second town center, and TaToH's not even in Castle Age.
Here we go, and Castle Age breaks for TaToH. What are we going to see from you, my man? Barracks does finish up. Where are these extra town centers? So we've got one over towards the east of the town center, just on the wood line there. And it looks like that's just it for now, because he's just waiting on the wood count.
Yeah,
because there's the monastery at the front. Couple
there's
of
his
spears
TC,
underway.
one monastery. I don't know. It's kind of weird to me, Turk. If a player plays well from Max's position, it should be so easy for them. Because they can still avoid the spears because they have more mobility. The Persians are much faster to the boom. I really like Max's game plan, and this is the first time in a long time I've said I'm not sure what TaToH was thinking here. He has not had a very good game.
That's it. It's basically the Max knew what he was doing from the introduction of this, whereas TaToH's kind of just followed up with the exact same thing later, but a little bit of that's going to be due to the Persian TC bonus.
Yeah.
Hasn't got the stable up behind this as well, and now he's behind as the Max starts to take out all these relics.
Yeah, so we'll see what the relic count is like. I think TaToH will be very happy if he's able to get 2. 2 to 3 is not bad. That's as even as they can get when there's 5 relics. Max not paying attention and now realizes that there are spears out. Now, a common thing is sometimes to escort your villagers forward. If you escort your villagers forward, you can maybe siege push, but again, I think it's too late for TaToH to do that, so it's all about getting as many relics as possible. And there, whoa, monk, hello! Okay, never mind, he's gonna get it.
Alright, we do have the Max going down with the 3rd town center as well, just on his gold. He's taking the front there as well, so he's trying to push that boom a little bit heavier.
Again, I don't love the stable, because his villagers can't mine that efficiently, but...
Yeah.
Ooh, archer range for Max.
Alright, to just deal with the spears, I guess, but at the same time, what are we seeing? There's 1 spear in the north in play, and then 2 spears back at base.
Yeah, I actually think this is due to the fact that he doesn't have the food eco. Since his Persian TCs work so fast, he doesn't have the food economy to keep them all producing right now. And so he feels like instead of making more scouts with a few monks, he actually needs to make a few archers. So it's not the end of the world, but that can hurt you sometimes. It was actually TaToH who I was talking to about that. He's like, hey, sometimes going 3 TCs too early with Persians is a waste because you can't keep all 3 producing.
And looks like we've actually got a second monastery coming down from Tati as well.
Okay, so maybe TaToH will consider pushing forward a bit more, and TaToH snipes a scout there, so Max hasn't been able to deal with the spears all that easily.
Alright, and some mad monk conversions going down here in the middle as well. One of the spears gets converted. We've got 2 of the scouts.
TaToH got atonement, so he converted a monk.
Oh, but he does lose 2 monks to the scouts.
Look at Max microing, just around and around and around and around.
One more.
Loopty, 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 loop. Get it!
One more.
It's so close. Oh, no.
Oh, he fought so hard.
Wait, TaToH, he's going to grab the relic, too. Oh, what a play. That's so cool. Oh, man. And now Max is making archers. TaToH could just add siege, honestly.
That's it, just 1 mangonel, and he's got all the control in the world he could want.
But also, you're never... Oh, wait. Hold the phone.
What?
What if the relic holds the gate open? Okay. Never mind. I think TaToH will snag that, but...
Well, yeah, he's got a monk there.
Wait a second.
But still...
Yeah, he will.
Nice.
Getting way too excited over monks right now.
Dude, this is all we got right now.
Yeah, Nili wasn't wrong. I was a little bit offended when Nili said it's not easy to excite me, because that implies I have bad taste. But he's not wrong, so...
I like the way he just decided to drop the relic there and was like, no, I've got things to do right now. This is actually safe.
He's like, yeah, we'll save
I can
that
deal
for
with
the
this
next
later,
guy.
but right now, let's take these villagers forward. Let's get that siege workshop down.
Yeah,
but we've already got the 2 archery ranges and university coming up at the front for Max.
But I think this will surprise TaToH. And
He's seen the
crossbows
villages
with
now,
Persians... making crossbows with Persians is only common after you get that tech. Okay, Max sees the siege workshop. He needs to come out here, and I don't see the siege workshop going up.
Yeah, those crossbows are enough to deny this.
Yeah, and Max should wait. Don't fire yet. Getting close. Now TaToH will notice, but the army's already here.
Perfect.
That's beautiful play. Hello, Max. I wonder if that was his. I wonder if he wanted TaToH to waste a little bit more wood building that.
I think that's diving a little bit too deep.
Maybe it was a 97% siege workshop. Sorry, words are hard, and also the monk went down. One thing we haven't talked about is the vill count throughout all this. 67 to 51.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
TaToH on 3 TCs as well. I guess we did have the Max go up a little bit earlier onto those TCs, but working harder, working faster.
So, yes, Byzantines have the options to counter virtually any civ in the game, but they don't have an eco bonus. Most of the civs that are chosen from players on all maps have eco bonuses, and TaToH couldn't apply any early aggression. His monks didn't do all that much, though he does have 2 relics, which I said would be the best case scenario. I think Max should probably stop producing crossbows now. He's done enough, and start thinking about his next plan, which will likely be the Imperial Age.
Yeah, he's put an extra stable up in the center as well, just to kind of keep his, I guess, his production buildings up at this point, but Imperial's definitely the next stop here we're just waiting on. TaToH's about 600 food in the bank. We've got the Max, only got about 200 food in the bank though.
Yeah, name a better duo than Max and Outpost. He's now going to build an outpost here. He's now going to build an outpost here. TaToH has monks, and he has mangonels. Max will... Oh? Splits? I think this is risky, Max. He hasn't killed a single unit. Okay, kills a monk. Just send in the scouts, right? Why is TaToH sending monks and mangonels when he knows that scouts were attacking that foundation?
In come the scouts.
Like, there's no way that this should surprise TaToH. It's really weird that he's doing this.
What? 3 conversions,
Oh
though.
my goodness, 3 conversions? All right, it makes a little bit more sense if he expected that much.
The Willaloo God smile upon thee.
Hey, you sure?
I know, right? Willaloo guy.
Yeah.
This is where we're at.
I mean, I guess TaToH thought he would get the conversions there, and he did. So, okay.
Double down. Why not? And just sticking close to that mangonel right now, I guess, just been a little bit more annoying than it needs to be. Trying to micro that scout down, but you know, 1 crossbow.
Okay, power spike time. TaToH's on the way to the Imperial Age. Yes, he has less villagers, but we've talked about the Byzantine options. We've talked about the Byzantine cheap Imperial cost. Everything's going to be super discounted, so you can make skirms, make arbs. I fully expect him to go with bombard cannons.
Oh, yeah.
And
then just this huge meat shield in front of that of trash.
Yeah, and Max has not clicked up yet, so you know, he'll be doing so soon. I liked his outpost placements. He's continuing to do that along the center of the map, but he's got to get up. What do you think Max should go for in Imp?
Max, what have we got to work with here? I guess if he's expecting the trash play, that's the hard thing to really figure out here. I think the ultimate combo he's really looking to is, you know, anything where he can back it with the Persian crossbows, so that way he has some kind of trash unit he can throw in, deals with the helps really, really well. He's put down the double stable as well, so potentially knights, but if you run that directly into the help spam, that's where things become really, really hard, but at least you can kind of try and catch TheMax or TaToH out anyway. Well, try and get behind, kill off those bombard cannons, and buy yourself a lot more time.
Yeah. You're right in that going cav immediately is a bit risky, but I think with the Persian eco, you do that. Oh, nice shot. Nice micro from TaToH. That was actually, I fully expected TaToH's mango to go down. But yeah, so I think you go Cavalier. If TaToH techs help, you just run around and buy time. You don't have to engage. But you try and attack the walls, you try and attack the flanks, keep TaToH from pushing forward, and then you go for those crossbows as well. What TaToH's actually going for, I believe, is a Arbalest bombard cannon push. So he's making only crossbows right now. I expect him to go for Arbalest, and then tech into Halbs, just like Max should tech into crossbows after Cavalier. So if that's the case, I think Max is going to be fine. Because Persian Knights have +2 attack versus archers, and I don't think Max is going to be very disappointed to see that. Max actually has Elite Skirm too, so he could always go for that before any crossbows.
Plus light cav as well, so he can basically just try and dive in on top of any of this siege whenever he can.
Yeah.
Skill the kills, buy himself some extra time while he gets his way up to Imp. Chemistry, of course, coming down from TaToH as well. He wants to get those cannons out as best as possible.
Yeah, remember, Persian TC still working faster means that Max will make it to Imp faster. Because of that, awkward engagement from Max, really awkward engagement. And ow, man, that's tough to see. TaToH micros a lot better than Max does and takes care of the mango.
Alright, so what are we seeing here right now? Arbalest underway from TaToH, and then off the back of that, more and more just trash at the moment coming out from TheMax by looks of it, trying to pad those numbers with Imperial Skirms, a couple of mangonels to back that up as well. Chemistry coming out for him too.
Yeah, Max is still building outposts, it's hilarious. Yeah, I think Max probably expected to have more map control. When he went out here to build these outposts. I think it's a good thing because he sees all of these extra resources, but don't think he was expecting to be pushed like that. He will know this build, though. This build is very common with faster Imperials of all kinds. As long as you have Arbalest Civ with Bracer and Bombard Cannon, you go for quick chemistry and start making those BBCs. But you notice how TaToH's not pushing forward?
Yeah,
you notice how he knows that Max will be able to counter him. TaToH's doing the right thing here. If he were to push forward, it would hurt. And
he
now
wants to hold on to that Arbalest count.
Yeah, and now there's the barracks. So now he'll go help. And this would actually be the time for Max to push a little bit, though I'm not sure what his numbers are like.
So he's got a bit of skirm. He's got about 20 skirms sitting here, a little bit of light cap to back that up and some mangonel. But he's really gone heavy on the skirms right now. So as long as he can dodge that mangonel, he should be able to hold this.
Yeah, he's not spending any of his gold. 1,800 gold. He wants to go Hussar and Skirmisher. Really interesting.
Yeah. It's basically as if right now he just wants to hold this.
Oh, the split from TaToH. Easy work in the mangonel. Beautiful play. Persian Skirmishers aren't all that special. So I'm a little bit antsy. If Max just went Cavalier, did he not have the food eco or what? I mean, if he went Cavalier and Skirm, I'd like his position a whole lot more. TaToH will be very happy to see this.
Yeah, Max is even sitting on 115 villages behind this as well, so he's got an eco.
What's one of those things where he's still producing? He has so many TCs that he needs to produce out of. He's not floating the res.
Here we go. He's finally starting to queue up some Knights now.
Yeah.
So it looks like he wants to make that kind of decision, but by now we've already got Scale Mail, Halb's already, or sorry, Pike's already been completed as well. So moving on to Halb.
Yeah.
TaToH's going to be prepared, and that's what I'm worried about here.
Yeah, TaToH's military is at 37 now, which is more than max, but it's going to be above 60 soon, man. The Halbs are so cheap for him to make. The Halb upgrade is on the way. I expect that, and it wouldn't at all surprise me if TaToH tries to finish this quick and builds a castle around where his Arbalests are now. A forward castle with Byzantines. They have the extra HP. Fortify the position. Push with Bombard Cannon Treb.
Yeah, the Bombard Cannon's
the play.
On the way now for TaToH.
Okay.
So he's really looking to kind of... Look, he's getting his bulk done now. He just needs something that'll let him push. And if he can get those cannons out and start wiping out all this production, then he's going to be able to really start taking this one.
And what that also does is that eliminates the Persian mobility. If you build a castle in their face, they have to fight. If you just stay at home and build it defensive, then Max can still pick his spots. So now whether he's going to really be in the position or have the confidence to do that yet, I'm not sure. But remember, 3 relics for Max, 2 for TaToH. He could just hold. Yeah, okay. He could just hold and take these resources with his map control, and that's what he's planning on doing now. So TaToH's been hesitant, and I think he's been wisely hesitant. But
yeah, well, that's the thing. We had a Persian player building all the counters they could to his army out there.
Yeah.
There's no reason to want to just straight engage unless you want to throw units away, essentially, which is what we're spoken about.
Yeah. Yeah, not many kills in this game. Whole lot of booming. Tons of resources remaining.
Well, look at all these barracks coming up as well. TaToH is ready to just go production heavy.
If you wanted to see everything that Byzantines and Persians can offer in this matchup, you're gonna see it. Probably not Cataphracts, because that's not something that would be wise for TaToH to go for, but tons of trash, tons of arbs, probably monks and bombard cannons.
There you go, sir. Thank you.
I was confused.
Just get an overlay guy to hook us up with some water.
We really have it good here.
We have it.
The water is free. It is free.
And you can drink it straight from the tap.
Really? Is this tap water?
Tap water. I think Nili actually filters some of it. But
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was
all right.
Different.
Engagement going down the center.
Nice shot
cannon.
for Max.
Woo!
That's a nice shot. And TaToH loses a bomber cannon.
And that just halts the push. Easy as that.
Yeah, I mean, Max might lose this as well.
Yeah, no, he's going to lose that. Come on, look at those Arbalest.
But TaToH, it was much easier for TaToH to snipe Max's, because Max's was so exposed.
Thank you, sir.
They're both so hesitant to push out. They're both so scared. Max is just going to go for Paladinos. So Paladin's on the way.
Here we go. The army comp, the dream comp. He wants those crossbows. He wants those Paladin.
Yeah, he's going to do it.
Siege in front.
He's going to do it. So after the Commanderon upgrade, that's how I say it. It might be Commanderon. I don't know where the emphasis is. But Persian crossbows only cost wood. There's 50 wood. Persians do get thumb rings, so it makes crossbows an option, whereas you would never want to do that before. And it stalls games out. It'll be an interesting counter to the cheap Byzantine trash. And also, I think it'll be an excellent counter to the cheap Byzantine Halbs.
All right. Going for the alpha combo. Let's have a look here.
Just want to get this out of the way. I much prefer Max's position if it's Paladin crossbow.
Oh, absolutely. That's a powerhouse combo.
It's so much easier for the Paladin player. Now, how will the Paladins engage? I'm not sure, because melee on DE can be a bit bumpy sometimes. But
all right, looks like he's looking for the engagement now.
Yeah.
Paladin's coming forward, sees the Halb, actually decides to get out of there.
Yeah.
That's the thing. This is such a tight ball right now from TaToH. This is very hard to engage.
Yeah, and it's going to have to be a slow crawl.
Ooh,
so
is that Camel Tech coming in there from TaToH as well?
Really?
Yeah, just finished up in one of the stables.
All right, so Byzantine cheap camels, you know, it makes a lot of sense.
See, I told you those camels would be important.
You're right, you did say that. I mean, I don't think Halb and Arbor is going to work long term. If you have Camel, it's quite good against the Skirmisher. Now, I don't know how good that Camel is going to be against the crossbow mix, but I like that more than just Halb.
All right, here we go. Another engagement in the center. Rams coming forward, soaking a lot of that Arbalest for now.
Yeah.
And look as well, potentially going to lose that Treb. The Paladins can just surround that, get the easy kill, stall the push again. And oh, there's even a cannon out there as well. Look, this is where that mobility comes into it.
Yeah,
can run out, get the cannon, come back for the treb later.
Max decides to engage, and look at those halves melt, man. The power of paladins, I'll tell you. Yes, the halves might be cheap, and they're more cost efficient, but paladins are strong, and Max has the gold to use. Meanwhile, all of these arbalests, or many of these arbalests, getting whittled down. But surprise, Max! The camels have arrived. With camels, TaToH's not going to hate this position too much. Max decides to fight underneath a castle here. I'm really surprised Max hasn't bailed.
That's a big ask, really big ask. Even deals with the Mangonel with the camels as well. Getting the trades as best he can. Hasn't got all his ups he needs for the camels quite just yet, but they will work as a good deterrent. Yeah,
I think TaToH, his first wave of camels and halbs, they just ran to their death, sorry. So now this is a bit better.
But he was looking, in reality, he was looking just to try and keep those arbalests alive.
Yeah.
You can't lose that right now.
Now you can push out. You have enough camels in front. Byzantines, they do get the final armor upgrade, they do not get the final attack, and the armor's not in yet, so it's a bit riskier to be out and about with these. And Max figures now is his time to push. He's scared of the camels. He has the resources, so 2 trebs now going onto that castle. And TaToH will engage before armor.
Ooh, that hurts. The Max managed to hold his ground, which means the trebuchets are safe. Third one coming in, which as many people have said throughout this tournament, is the magic number. And look at that, the Max even going to drop a castle down behind it. He's feeling confident.
That's a good castle for Max because he needs that to protect his trebs. His army's going to melt now. TaToH has the close reinforcements. TaToH has 15 more military. Can TaToH hold on to his castle? Remember, Byzantine castles, tons of extra HP. Oh man, it's crazy. The production for both of them off the charts. You can see that right here for those at home wondering. See, the skirms just so unimpressive to me. Persian skirms, man.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta have more crossbows in the mix. 2 trebs down for Max. TaToH pulls back. His micro's been so good. The KD is so even though.
That's it. Both the players here have been taking great engagements.
Yeah.
Trebuchet will go down, so the castle will survive for now.
TaToH has the extra gold still, Turkman. He has the extra gold. He has the extra stone. He's down a relic, but and also TaToH's units are very cheap. So I don't think that was the time to run out with the trebs. I think that Max either needs more buildings or he needs to produce faster somehow. Now TaToH says, oh, you build a castle near mine. Oh, great. I'm going to make my own trebs. And look who has the control. It's TaToH.
Exactly. Now, Max needs to find a way to engage this as well. He's got those skirms out there.
Yeah.
But you don't want to just push into this, especially when we've got more camels coming to reinforce as well, catch him out of position, and he needs to find a way to engage in the treb war here, so he starts creating his own, but he's lost a bit of time now.
Oh man, and Persian skirmishers, they're just so meh. There's nothing special about them, man. Without Bracer, it's not great. Now, this is full Arbalest versus full
Look
skirm,
at that.
but TaToH doesn't care. TaToH doesn't care. He's taking the fights. His units are cheap.
And look at that, Halberdier's just run out towards the trebuchet as well. He just wants to be rid of it.
Yep. Trebuchet will die. I mean, Max has completely dropped off. Again, Max went for a Persian pick on Arena. It's not a common pick, and it is a very common pick on a map that could be upcoming. I'm just internally shaking my head.
And look at this queue. Look at this queue from TaToH. It's like 15 pikemen up in every barracks right now. He's just going to be able to flood the front. And the Max as well, so low on gold now, actually. He doesn't have what he needs to build those paladins anymore. Actually surprised there's no more villages on gold back home, actually.
There's so many civs that are open for this. There's Slavs, there's Celts. If you have Slavs or Celts, you can go Siege Ram and Infantry, Siege Onager, very common arena picks. I know we haven't seen enough Persians yet to know where they really fit, but I think they fit on hybrid maps best.
Man,
there's a lot of hybrid maps upcoming, and Max is... I mean, if he doesn't stall this out soon, he could be in big, big trouble because he's already down 2 games.
Yeah, Siege Ram coming in for TaToH as well, so his push right now, he's going to just go straight through those skirmishes. Really, it's up to the Paladins to be able to deal with that, and with all these helps just constantly streaming in, they're not going to be able to find a good engagement, like at all. Extra castle comes up on the front. We've already got TaToH with 2 trebs there, and Rams moving towards the position. What can the Max do right now to kind of be able to deal with this one?
If he makes skirms, then a mix of camels and halbs come out. If he makes paladin, then a mix of hamels and halbs come out. And regardless of what Max makes, as TaToH gets 2 conversions of paladins, he'll always have a group of 40 arbalests behind. And so The answer is, I don't think there's a lot Persians can do against Byzantines if Byzantines are played correctly.
And TaToH right now playing him about as correctly as can be. He's taken no engagements he didn't need to. Everything's been favorable. He's just setting up a strong line like this. 2 castles behind the push he wants. Keeping that bulk of Arbalest behind all his fight.
Max's castle goes down. Oh, that's so unfortunate for Max because he was about to snipe the Trebs. He didn't get any of them. The Trebs are still there and TaToH will repair.
That's rough. And the Siege Ram on top of his own Treb. And pretty much bang and goodbye.
Yeah, also TaToH mixing in his own light cap now. Remember, he does have 1 less relic, and though he has the extra gold, he needs to be careful with his gold. So I think it's a wise move to have light cap. Byzantines, I think, get Hussar. And so if that's an option, he should do it. And it's just a slow crawl, a slow push. TaToH has the stone for another forward castle Turk. I kind of expect it. I really expect it. I'm struggling to see what Max can do to change it, since it is such a high military count for TaToH and such a good position for him.
Max has even been trying raiding, but TaToH's got a castle up towards the north on the gold there we're talking about. He secured all these positions early on. And right now TaToH's just doing one of those slow pushes, holding all his expensive units behind, throwing that meat shield in front and just slowly advancing.
I think Siege Ram for both of them could change fights, because Siege Rams are the meat shields. They're not just for units, they're also for, or sorry, they're not just for buildings, they're also for distracting units. So Max is about to try that. And he's doing that out of 2 siege workshops. And you know what? This might be a good moment for Max. And right when TaToH decides to build a castle here too, you'll see exactly what those rams will do. And TaToH bails on the castle wisely.
Yeah, smart decision with those rams there. It's not something you want to exactly be dealing with while they're there. Wait for them to go away and then build it up again, right?
so okay.
No, I got this, it's alright.
I built castle now. Did my best TaToH impression.
Alright, Siege Ram gonna slowly get taken down there. Skirmishers managed to get in as close.
Oh no, the Trebs, Max, the trebuchets! Oh man. This is still a risky spot for a castle. It's still 60 military versus 60 military. And if TaToH's arms are out of the picture, it will be what's basically 3 crossbows for Max.
Right, how can he deal with this trebuchet? That's the thing that needs to go right now. There's a Siege Ram right there. A couple of light cavalry that can run on top of it.
Okay. 1 Hussar Max. Is that going to be enough to save the Treb? It's going for the building first. The Treb's now firing on the units. Yeah, I think TaToH will gain this position and hold it,
And that's it. This is just about the slow push from TaToH. That castle solidifies where he's at now. He can fight under that just with a huge advantage. Push forward with the Siege Rams and start knocking out that production.
Yeah, man.
Oh, look at that. TaToH even putting up some stables in the north as well, just for some raiding cavalry by the looks of things.
Yeah, there's been a bit going on over there, and I haven't talked about it too much because the position hasn't changed. Max has tried to jockey for position. TaToH will now try and do it, but it's just TaToH closing in on Max now. It's not like Max should be doing much more from this stage. He's making the crossbows and he's making the skirms, but I really feel like Byzantines are going to last longer in a situation like this.
And TaToH's taking so much ground.
Yeah. TaToH might actually convert the paladins. Oh, look at that! Wow. That's amazing. He converts 3 paladins. There's no gold. There's like no gold left for Max to collect.
And look at this, Siege Workshop coming down the front from TaToH as well. Looking pretty damn strong.
Yeah.
I don't think Max can really hold this. It's just a ticking clock now.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if we see the GG here. The Siege Workshops are going up. TaToH's going to go in for the kill soon. Actually, microed, but Max knows I can't do anything in this situation.
Exactly. It's one of those things where it was just a slow creeping death.
Yeah, it was a great start for Max. It was a great boom for Max. The faster Byzantine Imp with their options won it. I think it was important that TaToH didn't push early.
Yes.
I think if he pushed really early, Max could have overwhelmed him.
He had a huge bulk of skirmishers there, mangonels as well. If the crossbows or arbs pushed into that and he lost his positioning, especially if he didn't have that area in the front that he used as a staging ground, would have been a lot, probably an entirely different story. But TaToH playing super patiently now as well, and actually only 1 win away from closing this out. This is a best of 7.
Am I correct, chat? I can see you now. Am I correct to feel a little bit like upset that Max went Persians on Arena when Cross is upcoming? I mean, he might pick Japanese, he might pick something else, he might prove me wrong, but there's so many other civs and you're down 2 games to TaToH.
I feel like the idea is good. like, it's one of those things, you're like, I've got the faster working TCs, I can get up to the next stages, I can boom up better behind it, but TaToH was just there for everything. But looking across, though, when that's still in the pool, that's what you want to be holding onto it
And
for.
take nothing away from TaToH. TaToH has been a beast. Game 4, Max
Game 4,
could be 4-0'd in this quarterfinals. That would hurt.
Like I said, I was expecting that TaToH would get the win here. I wasn't expecting it by this much.
Yeah, all right. Well, a reverse sweep would be pretty sick. We've seen it before in best of fives. TaToH did it. DauT did it. Cenotes. And it's
boy.
The pick. It's the pick.
This is TaToH. This is what we know him for. TaToH in the blue, playing as the Saracens. Our boy.
All right. So I'm just going to assume that everyone who's watching right now has seen this before. TaToH continues to try the Saracen market play, and everyone knows it's coming. A few people have begun to stop it.
Few being the keyword.
Is it one of those things, Turk? Oh my God, TaToH has like the best map for this because he could build a mining camp. That would be juicy. Mining camp right there for both the gold and the stone. But anyways, is it one of those things that if you know it's coming, you can stop, or is it very situational?
It depends to seem to be on how well you play against it and the map you have to defend it as well. Because it's one of those things where even when you know it's a play incoming, if it's a perfect play and you can't have the right response, you get denied very, very quickly. So TheMax as well, highly adaptable, very good at what he does. The question is, will he have the right response? He knows it's coming. Will he respond correctly?
This map is god tier till mid-castle age. You have 5 wood lines, all of which you can wall between. You have a main golden stone in the back, easy wall off. The second and third gold are going to be a nightmare, but normally TaToH will go to gold with a fast feudal, start buying resources, and go for a fast kill. So I think TaToH, has he smiled at all? No, he hasn't, but it wouldn't surprise me if he does, man. Yeah.
But
seriously.
have a look at TheMax, man. This is rough. Look at where that main gold's sitting. That hurts. It's so hard to wall against that because you've got the shallows and things there as well. It just forces a huge situation. He's got that one big wood line towards the front, one big wood line towards the back, and it is just open apart from that.
So let's forget about Max's map for a second because you're definitely right. It's way worse.
Yep.
Let's talk more about what Max would need to do to counter this strategy because I do not think Max was surprised to see TaToH chose Saracens.
Yep.
Celts are an incredible civ when it comes to man-at-arm forwards. Their infantry's faster. So man-at-arm towers is normally the counter to TaToH's strategy and is fantastic here for Celts. And okay, overlay guys looking at me. I was wondering if I was doing something wrong.
Look at that, guys.
Probably
Number one, infantry move faster there for the Celts.
Yep, they have good eco because their lumberjacks work faster. So it's one of the best civs to go forward. I think Max will have to scout that though, Turkman, because if he doesn't scout that back area, he might man-at-arm pressure forward where TaToH might have walls and he'll find nothing.
That's all it takes right now. If Max can kind of move forward, but TaToH has already dealt with it. I love these little hand signals. It's fantastic. Get out of here.
No, but he wants a beer.
Basically, if TheMax moves forward and can kind of hold this one, keep TaToH open, and kind of deny any of that pressure that TaToH's really looking to dish out here. This is all about just putting as much damage and as much units on the front line as he can. So if TheMax can deny that push out, that's what he's looking for.
So as this strategy, as we wait for the feudal age clicks. Oh wait, hold on a second. Hold the phone. Huang, hello, Huang. Barracks before mill from Max. This is a drush.
Are we gonna see him go 9 militia again?
I mean, I would love it. I wouldn't love it in a scenario where you're down 3 games to 0. But he's made the barracks before his mill, which is early drush territory. Now, if TaToH scout, watch this. I mean, there's good play, and then there's also good fortune. Okay, TaToH, he didn't find it. So what are the odds TaToH goes directly
he's turning back around, man. He's turning back.
Is he?
He's turning back, and he's going to see it, for sure.
Well, actually, seeing the villager on gold will tell him all he needs.
Oh, no loom, of course, as well.
I think it's a mistake for TaToH to attack there, unless he can block. Okay, he's gotten some good hits.
See, he got some great hits there.
So Max actually wanted to give that, he wanted to get hits, so he could then send his scout in there and weaken TaToH's scout. But his scout was nowhere near, and the villager dies, and everyone in the chat cries.
Yeah, that's not what you want. He was over there taking the extra gold as
Yeah.
well, putting it towards the militia. Max immediately throws down Loon
Oh
behind
my
that
god,
as well.
and Max didn't find his turkeys! I don't know if they celebrate Thanksgiving in Finland or not. Probably not. But oh my god. He's
Max
so
looking for a
unlucky.
counter pick back at home as well, but 2 villagers actually walling off at the moment for TaToH, so the scout was out of there, trying to be annoying, but he can't find it. Look at TaToH's already walled.
And the militia are here, and the militia won't get in. Oh no.
This is not what we were hoping for from Max at the start.
Man,
yeah, TaToH
and-
putting himself in a great position.
Yeah, and TaToH, okay. So what's funny is Max's scout is actually walled in here. So Max might have an interesting, he might get some interesting scouting intel. But I think TaToH's going to debate him. This is what I expect. I expect TaToH to sneak a Vill. I think he's going to send one Vill out, not necessarily to the base of the Max, but I think he's going to send one Vill outside of his walls. Oh, wait. He house walls his villager in so he can kill the scout. Nice play. Like
No
that-
intel denied.
Yeah, that's such a simple thing, but sometimes we don't think of it. We are mere mortals,
dude.
so...
Compared to these guys, yeah, these guys are amazing. TaToH drops a barracks
Yeah.
down behind this as well.
Nice play.
Yeah, just smart.
He also left the turkeys there.
Yeah, that's
He
just
could have
a
taken
good guy
them.
move, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't give him to him, but it is a tournament. Like, this is good guys it kind of gets.
Okay, so now does TaToH go archers or does TaToH go scouts? Because the build that I've seen is TaToH builds a market, buys food, and goes for heavy scouts. But if he's expecting a Drush Fast Castle from Max, which incorporates a lot of walls, maybe he will instead go for archers, and the archers do extra damage versus palisade walls.
If he just goes, like, doubles down onto a big archery range push here,
Yeah.
the Max has got such a large area he needs to defend with these walls. TaToH will break in.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way he can really hold this down.
Yeah, Max has the quick wall. This scout's still out and about, and he... Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Okay, I'm glad he walled to there, because it was very possible that TaToH could have run around. All right, scout won't get in, but yeah, TaToH goes range. I think originally it was going to be scouts, but he's going for the Saracen archers.
Alright, so this is a very trademark play as well for people that don't know at home. TaToH's really good at experimenting with just different builds, things in general. They're really
Excuse me.
utilizing the market as the Saracens and pushing those archers and just basically overwhelming your opponent before they can
Yeah.
really deal with anything. So the Max is kind of in a little bit more of a dire position here than it may look immediately. He's 3-0 down, and there's probably one of the more
Yeah.
aggressive pushes about to come in.
Yeah, I mean, Celts are supposed... I don't love the strategy, again, Turk,
Yeah.
because Celts are supposed to have the upper hand in early feudal with Man-at-Arms, but instead he just stayed in Dark Age. He's now saying, I'm on the back foot, I full walled myself, come at me, to TaToH, who has this devastating archer push incoming. And you also
Exactly.
don't have a great map for it either. He's taking this gold, which is much better than the main, but it just... Listen, when a player loses, they lose. And, you know, a player gets outplayed, that's fine, but when a player doesn't choose strategy, which is the norm for a reason, it makes me sad. So I'm
Yeah.
really hoping Max has something planned here, like maybe instant skirm defense. Otherwise, things could get out of hand for him.
Well, he does throw up an archery range back at home, so he knows what's going on here. He's actually
Okay.
scouted the archers as well with the
Yeah,
militia. There's been a
good
little
work.
bit of an engagement there. But TaToH's already across the map. Like, he's ready to start pushing this one back. He's got his double archery range up. He's got his blacksmith behind this as well. He's ready to start putting on the pressure and to see if Max can actually hold it off. And like you were saying earlier, the thing is, people know this rush is coming. They prepare for it. They just can't hold it.
Yeah, so I think the important thing to think about now is once the skirm defense comes in, and TaToH's expecting that, how does TaToH react? Because Max will be able to have the time to mass enough skirms and I think get fletching. So he can defend against archers, and nice stone walls from him. But TaToH would then switch into stable units, right?
Yeah.
And so if that's the case, I think best case scenario for I almost said Matt, for Max, is TaToH invests into scouts, wastes a bunch of food in feudal, and then maybe Max goes castle age. That's best case scenario.
But that's it. But
I don't see
TaToH
him
also,
moving out.
yeah, great at reading these situations as well. There's nothing to say he's not going to push his opponent into doing the mass skirm defense, then sit back a bit, and then go up behind it as well.
Exactly. Go
'Cause he's got
castle
that
age.
market, he's got
Yeah.
the Saracen bonus to really complement that.
Yep, exactly.
Basically, as long as it reacts well, he's on top.
Yeah, Celts still have the faster lumberjacks. Also, the strategy that TaToH is going for is very all-in. It's not necessarily all-in in this case, but you're using the market a
Oh,
lot.
there's the sideway gate, beautiful as well.
Okay. Oh, nice. All right. You were like 2 seconds
A little bit ahead.
So, and it still made me uneasy. That's the funny thing. Yeah, TaToH sees the skirms. Now, again, is it an immediate stable for TaToH? Because I think that would be a mistake here. I think he needs to say, all right, I'm going to Castle Age soon.
Yeah, he goes on to stone.
Yeah, I think he'll probably buy food and start thinking about it. See, there's no way that Max can really damage TaToH right now.
That's it. All the map control right now is TaToH. The skirms are so immobile as well, and all it takes, like you were saying, is TaToH, if they move out, he can just plop down a stable, get a couple of stable units out, and begin to be able to deal with that and force Max onto the back foot straight away.
Max doesn't have fletching yet. I just assumed he was going to be getting it, because that's something you normally get at this time. There's the blacksmith, but he's been forced into a tower.
Oh, he's going to lose the gold as well. He's lost both the golds now.
Ouch. That hurts. And TaToH, he's not even interested in fighting. He just attacked the walls, ran in, saw the tower, sees the skirms, and
he's getting all the reaction he needs right now.
Yeah. And TaToH's on the way to Castle Age already.
Yeah, that's the response I was expecting here. If he just goes straight into crossbow, like, I know the Finns and the way they play this, like, Max will be here till he knows he's done.
Yeah,
But if you see your opponent go straight into Castle Age, go crossbow, and just start pegging off all your gold villages, that gives you pretty big GG vibes.
TaToH's such a beast with this, man. Such a beast, but he was allowed to get to this stage. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Curse the commentator. TaToH loses an archer. Loses 2 archers to these skirms. That was sloppy.
That was, yeah, really good push in by the Max, actually, because he knows what's going on behind this as well.
Good work.
He knows he needs to keep these archer counts down.
He'll also know he's very vulnerable. And TaToH, if he goes for crossbow and bodkin, won't even need to worry about the skirms. Like, you don't need to go for a stable if you're this much faster to the tech upgrades.
I just want to point out as well, TaToH's just scouted around his entire base with archers as well. He's leaving nothing here to kind of the idea that Max could have a forward villager.
Yeah.
Could be anything in the front, things that he's known for.
TaToH's locked in, man. TaToH is locked in. He's looking for a 4-0 sweep in the quarters. And he's looking towards Hera, who he'll play in the semifinal tomorrow if he wins this. I shouldn't do this as a caster, but it feels so over, man.
Well, that's it. Right now,
so
we're waiting for the
over.
miracle hold from Max. That's what we want. It's what we live for, but that's just so hard against something like this. Like, how much food do we have in the bank at the moment for the Max? The Max has 580, so he's just about on his way up to Castle. He just built a big food eco behind this. But the problem is now he needs to hold. Actually goes down with a stable behind this, actually deletes it, switches out to a market. Right now, the ball is in the Max's court to catch up.
Okay, so we don't have overlay guy here to bring it up. But if you missed it, Saracen team bonus is...
No, didn't work.
Saracen team bonus is they do extra damage against buildings. Then it's a +1 attack versus buildings per age. TaToH just hit Castle Age.
Look at how quickly he gets through
What's
there.
up, overlay guy?
The moment's gone. Don't worry. The moment's gone.
We don't need
but
you
thank you
anymore.
for running in so quickly.
Yeah.
But look at how quickly he shredded through those palisades. It's insane.
Yeah.
Another tower comes up defensively as well from the Max.
And TaToH still has the world in his hands. He can boom. He can pressure. He actually will move to the left.
TaToH even wanting to double down on this as well. University, ballistics, both on the way. Gets archer armor in there as well. He knows the position he's in, and if he can keep Max on the back foot and the Max can't take these engagements, every time he gets too close, kills a couple of units, just keeps those numbers down.
If Max was 75% of the way to Castle Age, that'd be one thing. Maybe he could get elite skirm soon, but it's going to take so much time.
The farm denier too. He forces so many reseeds.
Yeah. Max is on the back foot. Now, high level Age of Empires 2, if you're this far behind, you should really never come back if the opponent's playing correctly. If it's close, one person has a few more villagers or a few more military, you know, you can jockey for position, go for counters, get some big Mangonel shots.
And look at this, through the palisades on the right there, that's just so quick. Can come around behind this archer line.
Is ballistics in? Did you say?
Yeah, ballistics is in, man. TaToH went for it straight away.
Can we go to TaToH's point of view here?
Yeah, absolutely we can. Bang.
So TaToH's shots will not miss. He also has extra range. I think, is that TaToH's point of view?
That's TaToH's point of view.
Is it?
Oh, no, that's mine. Weird. All right, there we go.
That's TaToH's point of view.
There's Tati.
The reality is with ballistics, I think the game ends here.
Well, that's it. How can the Max dance against this? Like I was saying, all the TaToH has to do is he slowly advances up.
Yeah.
The Max has to pull away. He loses like 3 units.
Yeah.
And then TaToH just needs to keep slowly pushing. That's literally all it is.
Yeah, I guess the towers are holding for now. Look how TaToH is also expanding his economy with the extra TC. And he's also pushing it on the other side. So if Max goes to the left side, let's go to Max's point of view.
Done.
If Max goes to address the right side, TaToH comes in on the left. Max goes over to the left. TaToH will go to the right. TaToH's just going to make Max dizzy. And look at the villagers going down for Max. Max is scrambling like crazy to protect villagers, to protect his military. Again, he doesn't know what side to go to. He can't pick a side because TaToH is playing this perfectly. And we'll go back out to my screen now. 19 kills and 5 deaths for TaToH. Can Max come back from this, Turk, or is it pretty much over?
Look, from a casting perspective, I always want to say there's a way back, and there always is a way back, but at this point, it's on TaToH to make the way back happen. TaToH has to walk under the TC and lose all his archers, or accidentally shift-delete everything in reality. TheMax is looking for an opportunity, but in reality, I don't think it can find it here, and I know for the viewers at home, it's a little bit sad to hear it as well, but in reality right now, TaToH's just in such a commanding position, 21 versus 9 military. He just needs to keep rotating around the base of TheMax, stop any expansion that's happening. And the thing is, it's not like TheMax had a sneaky villager in the corner. He doesn't have a sneaky little bit of eco going on or an town center's become down. He's actually just trapped. TaToH is quite literally just bleeding his economy dry at this point.
Yeah, TaToH's making this look so easy. And he did the smart thing to say, all right, I'm winning. Let's make sure that I extend my lead by going for economy. So he's doing
3 town centers behind this.
It was interesting. Max actually went for armor on the skirms instead of the attack. It's very hard for crossbows to kill these units now because they have 6 pierce armor and the crossbows do 7 damage. But also the skirmishers do not have ballistics. So TaToH's still been able to dodge and take some fights, and he's going to add a Mangonel.
So TaToH as well, doing the best he can. TheMax has managed to get himself a little bit of breathing room here, but it's basically required throwing away all of his skirmishes, and that's the downside here. So he gets a town center up behind it, but come on, the numbers there overall, like, a little bit of a favorable engagement there at the start, but then you look at the numbers, and TheMax does just get whittled down, of course, gets an extra town center up behind it, but now there's nothing to stop this big bulk of archers coming back in.
3 TCs for TaToH, 55 villagers, 36 villagers for Max.
Mangonel out as well with Siege Workshop. There's been pressure and eco behind this.
Yeah, if this was game 1, I think Max would have tapped out and said, okay, let's go next. There is no next game for him if he loses this. So he's trying. It's like, it's really sad to see, actually, because they really want to win, and we're just watching them try and fail. Oh, man.
Yeah, and look at that. Takes out the barracks so quickly with his archers towards the front there as well. Literally just shreds through it. Couple of skirmishes out on the counter raid for TheMax, but like I said, we've got 3 town centers up. They're really not that dangerous. There's a Mangonel back at home to help deal with this as well. But TheMax, again, he's just trying to find himself some breathing room here. He just needs some space. Because once he gets some space, he has the opportunity to boom up behind it and at least try and equal towards TaToH's economy. But right now, he's not even equaling in terms of the economy, not to even speak of military
TaToH,
right
quick wall, quick wall, quick wall, quick house, quick. Quick. Get a few loans, build a few more houses, let's go.
What is this madness?
That's funny. All for skirmishers, but you know, that's the only...
he doesn't play things by halves, man. He's here for the win.
That is the only rating that Max did to TaToH all game. Right there. That's it. No men-at-arms, no forward. He just went for a drush.
Well, the thing is, though, he tried the drush. He tried to push everything back, but TaToH was up so quickly and so aggressive behind that as well. TheMax was just locked in. He spent all of his time trying to wall his base in, defend it off, and have an answer to the push. But look at this. TaToH's on his way to Imperial.
Yep. On his way to the Imperial Age, where he'll get another... Not only will he get more upgrades for these crossbows, they might be Arbalest, they might have Bracer, they might have Chemistry, but they also get +1 attack versus buildings again. So something tells me he's not going to need Siege to destroy TheMax.
Look, it's one of those things where whenever this happens, and it's so early, essentially, for the other player to see someone go Imperial, I expect to see the Imperial than the immediate GG. Because it's the end, TheMax will probably hold until his military lasts, but at the moment that's only 9 units. So it is a sad way to see someone go down at the end of the tournament, but at the same time we have to give props to TaToH here. This was an amazing build, a huge execution. He basically invented this. So congratulations to him.
Which civilization has the most frightening fast imp push? The Scarasons.
The Scarasons. I was trying to come up with a legit
Did a little
answer
bit of you die? When I said that? Just a little piece of you?
Look, I was actually kind of going like, what can I actually think of here to compliment this? And I was really kind of going through it all. I was like, looking for all my big arena pushes and things like that.
Yeah.
And it was so much so that you dropped like a funny punchline that I was like, oh no, this is cool.
I should have made you sweat and really think about it for a while.
I think you gave me a
in
little
all
bit of-
honesty,
But no,
Saracen's-
for what this is, if you can't hold up, you can't whittle down that crossbow bolt. This is a horrifying fast imp.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, the Max has just been looking for... Oh, and look at this as well. He goes for a little skirm raid around the side. He
Ooh,
tries
that's
to
good.
find whatever he can.
Yeah.
Gets a couple of villages, but he's just... It's so far behind now.
Well, TaToH does not want to come home to defend from that, so that TC, fortunately, will not be denied. Max is doing what he can, as he should. You mentioned it earlier, though. It's really on TaToH to make some big mistakes to lose this. Imp is now in, and I think that should be the sign that Max needs to tap out.
Yeah, there we go. We got the Imperial Age hits. Max knows how far behind he is. There's GG. Like I said, TaToH taking nothing away from him here as well. We know we sounded a little bit sad through this, but that was just amazing play by TaToH. Amazing strategically.
Wow. I know Max will be disappointed in his result there, but nothing but respect for TaToH. TaToH played incredibly well, earned every victory.
Absolutely.
And
And remember as well, behind this as well, the Max survived DauT, he's survived LAaaN, he's survived Villese as well. He fought hard to be here, and he played amazing Age.
we're at the stage now where there's going to be broken hearts. All right?
Exactly.
There's going to be broken dreams because every player here is very good. So happened to Liereyy earlier, and happens now to TheMax. I expected TaToH to win. I was thinking 4-2.
Yeah, that's what I was saying
But
earlier.
4-0. I still think if Max goes back, he would say he should have maybe picked civs differently.
Yeah.
Or strategized
He was definitely
differently.
very conservative in terms of, like, Tati, in terms of the way he played this one, and kind of sat up against everything really well. But yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason meta exists. But anyways, we'll go to the statistics now. If you want to see the KD, 36 kills to 16 for
Oof.
TaToH. Look at the gold, 6,679
This is what we were talking about with that market.
Yeah.
The amount of gold you can have to just dominate your opponent with this just goes so heavy into those gold units is shown right here.
But he was able to switch from that, right? He knew I have the lead, can't commit to the all-in now, let's add food eco. So he was only 900 food behind. He did fine there. So the strategy works despite Max expecting it. And I think that's it for the night. I don't know if I'm doing the interview.
You are welcome
Nili
to
hasn't
if you
told
would like
me
to.
I'm doing the interview.
You can go do it. If
Overlay
you're on
guy
that
says
side,
I'm doing
you're
the
on it.
interview. All
I'll
right.
hang out with the chat for a bit as we wind this one down before T90 goes next door.
Yeah, overlay guy's like, I'm the captain.
I know.
Me,
Quickly,
I'm the captain
though,
now.
Before you go in, what questions do we need to ask? We need to prep for these, man.
I can
Saracen
barely
Archer
see.
Rush.
I
Ask him
can
if he
barely
expected to be
see
that
chat.
expected. Chat. I'll tell him,
I
chat.
refuse
What does
to
he need
answer
to
any
ask?
questions from anyone who calls me Waldo. I refuse.
All right, you get over there, man. I'll hold this one down, and we'll have a chat with our winner, TaToH, in a second as well.
It's going to take a second.
I appreciate this struggle right now.
This way, it's fine.
I definitely would have. So, on our packs, there's a little thing here you can actually pull out.
No, it doesn't work.
Doesn't work?
No,
What happened?
mine's duct tape.
Duct tape? I still don't believe you.
I can hear Dave. Dave's like, what the fuck are you doing?
All right, guys. So there we go. 4-0. That was fantastic. Like I said, it's really hard to kind of pull it away, and it's one of those things where in Age, one of my most hated things is seeing or hearing people go, "Oh, such and such through this game. What were they doing? What were they thinking?" The answer is the Max played great in all of those games. He really did. The thing is, this may have actually been one of the hardest matchups for him to go into as well. TaToH is such a strong player overall. The Max has such different strategies, different plays, and the adaptability of TaToH and the way he's played this one makes it so hard for someone against the Max. So, fantastic play overall, and it looks like we're just about ready for an interview on the other side as well. They're setting up, and sad for the Max, but can't take this away from TaToH, can't take this away from the Max. Amazing play to get here, the Max. TaToH, absolutely beautiful in terms of the way he played this one out. All right, and we will see you tomorrow, guys, with literally the semi-finals. We are that close to the end right now. Let's throw it over to T90 and TaToH on the couch.
It's a comic. What's up, TaToH?
Hello, Waldo.
Hey, come on, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
On the best of 7 victory. So you 3-0'd Max in the group stage, and you 4-0'd him in the quarterfinals.
Yeah,
Wow.
and surprised as well.
Yeah. So I spoke to you a bit last night, and we both had a couple beers, but you were confident going into this. So at least tell us why you felt prepped to face TheMax.
Well, the Max is super strong player, but I guess the style-wise is good against my play style as well.
Yeah.
And usually I I have really good results against him. So I was confident because of that, and also because I know that he prepares.
Yeah.
So and I like to prepare as well. So it's kind of like it's really hard to guess what the other opponent is doing as well.
Yeah, I would say probably it's like in terms of preparation, it's probably Finnish players, then TaToH, then I don't know. Did you agree with that?
Yeah, they also were practicing this morning as well when we arrived to the apartment before the first series started.
They were playing last night too, man.
Yeah,
I came over here
so
to talk to Nili,
scared.
and they were just like walked past me. They were practicing, so yeah, they practice a lot.
Yeah. I was a bit scared. But yeah, they were practicing and they at least they commit a lot into the tournaments and they take it really serious. So that's something that we have to take in consideration from them. It's really good that a team like Finland, with hard work, they are getting there and they have really strong players.
Okay, so game one was Arabia. You went Britons. He picked Mayans. Not the first time I've seen Britons. Tell me your thoughts.
I was surprised because, well, I wanted to see if he wanted to men at arms or Dras.
Yeah.
And he decides to go for men at arms. So yeah, I was open, and then like when I saw his fast field, I decided to go for fast field as well instead of going FC.
Yeah.
My map was more or less fine. Still, only the goal was a bit exposed.
Yeah.
That's something I didn't want. But overall, my map was quite good, and I was happy with that. And then my range position was really important, like because it was the only spot where he could do damage. And then I was already when he wanted to sneak. And I didn't expect the sneak. I was wondering what was his unit, like his follow-up, because I was scouting his ways and I didn't see anything. So I was surprised. What is he planning now?
Yeah.
Because he had too many on goal, so I was expecting eagles because I didn't see the archer ranges.
Okay.
And then I saw the archers going to my base, but he didn't have fletching.
Now, I don't know if he had the resources for fletching, but do you think if he waits another 30 seconds and for fletching that he does more damage there?
Yeah, I think you need fletching. There.
Yeah, I was really surprised.
I guess he didn't have the eagle there, right? So he didn't have information.
He didn't know.
If he had the eagle there and he sees what is going on in my base, probably he would have waited.
Yeah, I felt like it was actually really good from him because he went fast feudal. I saw you looking, and you didn't respond by scanning or outposting or anything, and I was like, I thought you were gonna die. I genuinely thought you were gonna die. You had the tower on the wood line. Your gold was there. But he came in, and then the faster archer ranges of Britons helped you catch up, and then it was just steamroll from there in Castle Age.
Yeah. Like the Brits bonus helped a lot there because I was late to feudal, so he had the ranges earlier and he had more army, and I also started with archers that they are created slower. So yeah, I just needed like 20 seconds, and then I was totally fine.
Yeah, well played. So game two then was, forgive me, I'm brainless. Was that Mediterranean? Okay. Yeah, so it was Mediterranean. So I found it interesting that you both didn't go Persians. Why didn't you pick Persians? Because that was pretty common.
I didn't pick Persian because I thought he was going to be Persians.
Okay.
And there was no island, so Italy was free. And I guess he wanted to save Persian for Cross. That was my first thought.
Yeah, okay.
And I was surprised that he picked Mongols, but still.
Yeah. Makes sense that he might save that.
I like Mongols there as well.
Yeah, okay. Because I think most people have been picking Persians on Cross recently. Like Persians or Japanese. Yeah,
Persian, Japanese, Italians, yeah. They are probably the top three picks on Mediterranean.
So did you want to FC? Did you want to go fast castle from the start, or did you adapt? Because your boar was late. I thought you were going to go fast feudal. You didn't.
No, I wanted to play feudal. Like that was the first idea, playing feudal. But then I saw that my map was quite easy to wall. And then if I could wall, then the Mongols, I cannot deny if he wanted to go land, then I would be fine as well in scout. And he couldn't do anything. Like even if he wins the water, then I can try to come back on Castle Age with the faster production.
Yeah, I think it looked very much like you adapted there, and that was spot on because it's really hard for them to stop you from redocking unless they go for regular galleys. And he just had fires.
Yeah, and also like he needs to decide because if he wants to control the whole shoreline, That's a lot of fire galley that he needs. So that means that he's not investing into fishing ships.
Was that Sneakville originally planned to be a Dockville?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I thought that maybe you might turn that into like a Maganel or Monk push, but that wouldn't have been near as strong.
Yeah, well, that would be another option, but he was a Stonewall as well.
Yeah,
And,
you scouted that too.
Yeah, I scouted Stonewall, so I would lost too much time trying to break. And also, in that moment, like, if I couldn't retake water like I did, because at some points I killed all the fish and I was more or less even with him on water, I would have been fine.
Yeah.
And I will probably have to push with that Villere, like making a zone aggression to gain more time.
All right. Game 3 was Arena. Were you surprised to see him pick Persians on Arena?
I didn't expect that.
Do you think it's a good pick? I mean, it's a good pick considering the other maps that he had left.
Yeah. I don't think Persian is tricky because it's now with the trash bows, like they have like that power, like 200 pop this paladin plus trash bow, so it's really hard to beat them actually. And now they have changed a lot compared to the old Persians that we used to play with them. And okay, overlay guy. Okay, he's fixing the camera. So yeah, basically, I was surprised because I didn't expect him to pick Persian, but at the same time, I think Byzantine is quite good against Persian, so it was fine.
Okay, yeah. So in that game, you went. I just have one question because Arena is Arena. But you were imp faster. You had arbs, and I think a lot of players might have tried to push that advantage. But you didn't do that right away. You sat back. Why'd you do that?
Because I knew that I would have I wanted to get map control.
Yeah.
And I wanted to prepare for the post Imperial game. So instead of push, I did a 430.
Yeah.
And then try to get my eco perfect.
Yes.
And then start from there.
Yeah, it paid off. I think if you push there with Arbalest Bombard Cannon, I think he goes Skirm and Paladin and you die. Probably.
I think that was probably my best move there. Like not playing aggressive.
Yeah, I agree.
Spot on there.
Yeah, because I think he had 20 more builds than you. He was a bit slow to get his buildings out and his production going, but yeah, I think that was what won you the game right there.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Okay, final game. You go Saracens. We all know what TaToH wants to do with Saracens is build the market. Okay, let me ask you this. This is a little bit of a different question, but what do you think of his strategy with Kelt?
I knew that he was going to go Dras.
Because you saw the Ville, yeah.
Yeah, and also I knew that I had a really good map. And I could
amazing
map. I was like, wow. I wish I had these maps all the time because the map was 50% of the game.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
It was super easy to wall, and then with Saracen, abusing market, you will always try to get castle edge faster, and then from that you can snowball. And pretty much that's what happened.
Yeah.
I think maybe for him, I think he pushed there. I'm not sure, but I think by the score...
He did, yes, he did.
And
I think he pushed 2 deer.
Yeah, and then like with the map he had, I think it pays off more if you scout your opponent because then you need to adapt. Unless you have a really good map that will, like I had a really good map, so I didn't have to scout my opponent in that moment because I know that I can wall and I will be fine.
Yeah.
But in his case, his map was really open.
Yeah.
And he had to wall way more. I mean, invest way more resources. And I think that moment, when you have that map, you need to scout your opponent and see what is he doing. Because probably Menatans forward would have been better for him.
Yeah, I think with Celts, Man-at-Arms is the play. I've seen you struggle with Saracens if the gold gets denied. Now, it would have been near impossible with your map to deny it fully, I think. But at the same time, I just personally felt like the Drush maybe was a low confidence move on his part to try and be sneaky. Maybe pushing 1 or 2 extra deers because he's behind 3 games and feels like he needs an edge. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say about that. Now, chat can't see me. I assume they can hear me. But if they have questions, I'll ask a few, and then you can go party. But not too much, because you got to play Hera tomorrow.
No. Not
I should
too
ask
much
you
party.
about that. What are you thinking?
Hera beat me 3-1, so I got to prepare something special for him.
All right.
The Christmas gift.
That's great. Great.
Hera is playing really strong.
Yeah,
he has improved a lot lately. So I think it's going to be an interesting series. And I think it's quite open.
Yeah, I think both. Like I would say, going into NAC. He's pretty fresh, but you've been playing at your level for quite some time. I think it'll be close.
Yeah,
I'm really interested. Hera always picks meta, I feel. You know, like, this Civ is best for this map, I pick it. I feel like that's always Hera. And I feel like you are not necessarily against that, but sometimes you have some different ideas to counter what might be the best pick.
I agree that Hera is better than me, like mechanic-wise.
Yeah.
I think he has the. If we play meta, probably he will have the edge.
Yeah.
So that's something that I will try to avoid, obviously.
Okay.
I don't want to play meta because is where he's most comfortable playing. So that's something that I will have to work on and try to make him not be as comfortable as he used to.
Interesting. I think. Do I cast that? I think Dave and I cast that. I think so.
boy.
If that's the second set of the day, that would be awesome. Wait, I could
Is
be
it
wrong.
second?
No, I think Viper Yo is second tomorrow.
I think
Anyways,
so as well.
good games,
Yeah,
regardless
it's
of
gonna be a good
casters
game.
and players. It should be awesome. One question from the chat. Chat, they're such trolls, man.
Yeah.
Why do we?
It's going fast though.
They think they're funny too. That's the thing. They really. Chat thinks they're just. You're just cracking me up, chat. All right, so I think.